Yeah, today's agenda is going to be we are going to discuss the questions that were given to you. I think like the most important questions were given in the Diwali assignment, right? Let's see. And there were few new questions as well, right? So I'll just see if you guys could able to solve them, crack them up. And if not, if you're not able to do it, it's fine. We'll discuss the approaches. Okay. We can discuss the approach and I'll give you one more day time so that you guys can try and code it down. Okay. So any problem we can discuss and we can just try it out for today. Okay. And later we can like we can discuss. And is there anything like anything miscellaneous from we'll be having 3 more classes today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, right? So if there is anything like you guys want to ask, okay, any doubts, any gaps you need to get filled, okay, we can discuss that. Okay. So that's the agenda for today. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hey, hi everyone. How are you guys?
Fine, sir.
Perfect. Hi, how's it going, guys? Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Perfect. I think we have people who have joined in. So let's just begin. I'm good, yeah. I'm good. How are all of you guys? I hope it's going good. Yep. So just a few announcements from my side, right? So we'll take up. Perfect. Perfect. Ashwin, this mystery question, everyone asks me. So I've been born with it, yeah. Can't do too much about it. Chalo, perfect, guys. Okay, so few announcements here. I'll communicate those. So good, you guys are in module 3. I think you were doing decent with DSA. I hope everyone's confidence with DSA has also gone up with every passing module. I am assuming module 3 tak aaye ho, module 1, 2 pe you are confident now. Right. Good, good. Perfect. So few announcements here from my side. So one, module 3 is going to come to an end for you guys. There will be a module test with like every module. You guys are now have been in the system for quite some time. So you already know what the process is, what the protocol is, right? So after module 3, we have module D, which is placement readiness module for DSA, right? So people who are clearing module 3 are decently well equipped with at least intermediate DSA knowledge, right? And once that is vetted for us, we are confident that we can get them placed after some polishing in module D, right? What does module D incorporate? We will, as soon as you join module D, the first day module D session will have a complete deep dive for you on what to expect in module D and what will we work on in module D. But just to give you a brief of what we will work on in module D is primarily for people to get completely ready to crack interviews in module based on DSA, right? So DSA knowledge is good to have DSA knowledge. Sufficient knowledge is required for DSA, at least intermediate DSA you are confident with. That means you will be able to crack some or the other DSA based company for sure. Module D, our focus will be that we polish you for interviews completely. So you will go through multiple mock interviews in module D, a lot of problem solving which is super relevant to interviews and company coding tests. The most commonly asked questions in interviews and company coding tests, you will brush up, you will keep practicing those questions more and more. There will be sessions to guide you on how you can make sure your CV is up to date. How can you go about explaining and presenting your resume really well in interviews? How can you go about answering DSA questions well in interviews, right? I'm sure mock interviews in module 1, module 2, module 3, module D, all of them will equip you well to take on these interviews. But in module D, it will be an even more prime focus for us to make sure that all aspects of yours, be it soft skills, be it your English communication, be it how you present DSA answers, everything is polished to make sure that you can crack a DSA interviews, right? So that is the objective why we have added module D. So people generally, we have seen that students are in a rush to get placed, right? If you are in no rush, you're like, I have enough time, I have ample of time. You can, after module 3 also, you can go to module 4, 5, right? You can finish your full stack also, and then come back and do D also later if you're in no rush for placements. But most students want to get a good job offer immediately as soon as possible. And that is why a module D has been added, so that we can brush you up and polish you to make sure that you get placed based on DSA as quickly as possible, right? So agar placement में जाना है तो फिर first we will ask you to go to module D and later on come to module 4 and do advanced DSA also, right? Learn advanced DSA thoroughly also, then sit for advanced DSA based companies later on also, right? But a ton of companies focus on intermediate DSA level questions only, right? In fact, even if you look at very good companies also, a lot of their DSA questions are based on intermediate DSA topics, right? So that is the objective of having module D in place, right? So I'm sure a ton of you guys will go to module D after a lot of you guys will go to module D after module 3 completion, right? So that is the primary announcements is that like every module, there will be a module test in module 3 also, right? I think 30th or 31st is the date for module test. So prepare for module 3, right? Prepare thoroughly for module 3 module test, and you should be able to clear the module 3 test on this month end. As soon as you clear the module test, right, module D will start from around 7th of November, right? Between that span which we have from 1st November to 6th November, we are going to conduct module 3 mock interviews also. To get into module D, we are going to have, you are going to clear both module test of module 3 and module interview or mock interview based on module 3 also. For module D, if we are adding students, we need to be sure that yes, you have cleared the module 3 mock interview and module test both. You are good to go. You have knowledge of intermediate DSA, you are well equipped with it. And that is why it is super important that all of you guys, one, clear the module test based on module 3 first, and then give the mock interview of module 3 before 6th of November, so that we can get you added in module D by 7th of November and get you started from there. Okay. Yeah, module 4 will also be available for access for people, right? Don't worry. I think I'll check with Sanidhya and Lakshay that what is our plan for module 4. Do we want students to first do, if some students are requesting that we want to do module 4 first and we are in no hurry for sitting in placements right now, right? You can easily sort of first maybe go in for module 4 or go in and cover your web dev track first and then come to module D also. But I'm sure majority of the students would want to go for module D first, secure a job offer for themselves, and then the course is always there for you guys, right? So I would still encourage you to do all the remaining modules irrespective. Okay. Module D average package, fairly very good here. I would say 8.5 to 9 LPA, right? A lot, like a ton of last month module D, we had around 90 or 100 odd students who cleared their interview rounds, got placed, right? Great offers. I think 20 students got through lows at 12.5, right? So module D is the place where we know that you have enough knowledge already, you are equipped with intermediate DSA, and now you are poised to get polished on DSA based interview so that you can crack some of the other DSA based interview and DSA based company, right? So that is the objective here. So this is the like the yeah, of course you can attend module D, not an issue. Module D will be 2 months long, right? Module D is a module where there is a lot of things to get polished on, right? So it takes care of your complete interview training, complete resume training, making sure that your projects are in line, your explanations are in line, your problem solving of important, most commonly asked interview questions is in line, right? Your theoretical questions which might get asked in any of these interviews are well covered also, right? Plus the instructors are the instructor essentially, so if you ask any of your module D peers, right, they will tell you, yes, absolutely, Bibhuti, we will cover puzzles as well there, right? APTI is something which we give you practice material for and you can practice it, not very difficult, right? English is important. You will go through a more detailed soft skills preparation also there, right? In module D, right? Absolutely. In module D, you have access to the best of companies as well. Okay. So yeah. No, Abhishek. In module D also, you will have an instructor, right? So Ali, who is like, I think for 3-4 years of has good amount of experience, works with Amazon, was the instructor for module D last month, right? So his focus primarily was to make sure that you are interview ready to crack any of these interviews which are going to come in based on DSA, right? So that was the primary idea. Okay. Okay. No, how can you go do together? You cannot do 2 modules together. There are live classes at night concurrently. एक साथ दोनों class नहीं देख सकते ना, right? So placements will happen in module D. Yes, module D is the place where DSA based placements, we know students from module D are equipped with the knowledge. They have gone through module D and are now polished to take on module DSA based interviews and companies thoroughly. That is why module D is the place where everyone sort of is DSA placements they are sitting for in module D, right? We will help you do that, Abhinav, don't worry, right? That is why there is a module, right? That is the whole idea. Absolutely. We have so many people here. We have so many people, even if they have gotten offers, they are still continuing, they are still learning the other modules also, right? So the students are a little fickle minded. Some students want ki, okay, I want placement as soon as possible. Why am I not getting placed till now, right? And then student also wants that I want to complete all the modules and then maybe come back and sit for placement. So both cannot go side by side. But in my experience, it is always a good idea to make sure that you are interview ready. You are ready to crack into any of these good placement offers in all great companies coming in module D, right? All based on DSA. So would be a good idea to become completely prepared, get a good job offer also in your hand in module D, and of course keep learning. Learning is a non-stop process, boss. So even if you complete all modules, you start your job, you should still be focused on improving your skill sets, keep brushing up your DSA. And DSA is something that if you don't touch it for 6 months and then you come back, you will struggle with problem solving. So it is good, and I would strongly recommend that you keep solving at least 1-2 DSA questions even if you are learning web development, even if you are learning React JS in module 7, I would still say take out 30-40 minutes every day and at least attempt a couple of DSA questions so that that part stays brushed up for you throughout. Okay, validity of access to the portal, Varun, don't worry, more than 12 months you have access to the portal, so nothing is going away from you. Knowledge is always there. So this is something I tell you in first session here. We are here to teach you, right? This is our forte of upskilling people, making sure that they are learning. Usme there is never going to be hampering, right? Even if you get placed, get a good job offer, you can still come in and learn modules. There is no stopping there, right? So yeah. Okay. Module D 2 months. Why? Because so we first started, good question here. So first we started with module D being 1 month, and we could not complete everything which we wanted to, right, in that 1 month itself. And that is why we extended it. And students also felt and figured out that, okay, this is a very big add-on for me. And once I'm interview ready, I am in a good space. I know that I can clear my, get a good job offer whenever I want. I'm completely equipped and confident to take on these things, right? Projects will be covered in module D. We will build in-class project also. We will build projects separately also, right? Both. You will have separate sessions specifically for your resume vetting also, right? You will have specific sessions, one-on-one sessions, to make sure that how are you presenting your projects also. You will have a proper 1.5 to 2 hour long placement readiness mock interview also, where you are grilled from end to end to make sure that yes, you have holistic feedback to take on company interviews there also, right? So okay, no, module D. So module D is 2 months long, right? So as soon as you complete the first month in module D, you will start sitting for placements from the second month of module D itself. And after that, you will keep sitting for DSA based placements throughout. Very high chance that if you have worked hard and you have focused in the first month of module D and you are focused in second month of module D also, you will clear something in the second month of module D. But post that also, you will always be sitting for DSA based companies which are coming in. Based on what are we shortlisted for company? So one, of course, company will look at your resume, etc. From our side, how we look at it, we look at your mock interview scores. That is the source of truth, right? Simple. If you are doing well in mock interviews, that means you have the knowledge, you are performing well, you are capable to take on these interviews. So your mock interview scores are the metric which we use and we follow diligently. Okay, from company side, all companies have different processes. Some company will look at your resume and do first round of shortlisting. Some company will say, I don't want to see the resume, let's just do a coding test, and whoever clears, we will interview. So company to company, it will vary that how are you getting shortlisted there. For us, let's say if there is a company, let's say if someone says that I want a, for us, it is like, okay, there is a company which is saying, I want 200 students, right? And we will simply put a cutoff that, okay, but people with mock interview scores above 7 in module D first month, these guys should start sitting for this company. Simple, right? Okay. Mock interview score in each module, of course, Sanket, that is a very important parameter. So for what we measure is that if we are sending a student to module D, they have cleared mock interview of module 1, 2, and 3, all three, right? 1 and 2, you have obviously cleared already. That is why by 6th of November, you should make sure that you are giving your module 3 mock interview also, and then you join module D. Right? So after module D, you get access to all DSA companies, more or less, right? All possible DSA companies which are coming in, you will start sitting for all of them. So module D is the place where if there is any DSA based hiring or DSA based company interviews happening in AccioJob through AccioJob, if you are in module D second month, you will be sitting there, right? Okay, mock interview criteria, good question. So again, we have standards, we have set a cutoff at 6 this time. So a score of 6 out of 10 in your module 3 mock interview, if you get, or 6 and 10, 6 out of 10, of course, that should not be your goal. Your goal should be 10 on 10. Above 6, if you are scoring in module 3 mock interview, we will put you in module D, right? If it is less than that, that means you should also self-reflect and understand what is the feedback point, and if needed, repeat module 3 then, right? Okay. This is important. You guys are in a good position right now. I'm happy that you guys are here, right? You should also be happy you guys are here. You've almost completed module 3. That means knowledge is there, and it's good. First criterion, first parameter is that is the prerequisite. If you don't have DSA knowledge itself, then no one can help you. Magical interview preparation skills can also not help you crack any interview. So the first parameter or the prerequisite is made sure that you have that, you're equipped with at least intermediate DSA knowledge now. And post that, you're going to sit for module D. Okay. right? After, so see, most of like all possible companies coming through AccioJob, you will be sitting through based on DSA in module D, right? After module 4, there is no magical advantage or no new set of companies you will unlock. Module 4 is something we tell students to come back after module D to if they are sure that yes, I am good and strong with DSA, intermediate DSA, I am confident on, I want to learn advanced DSA now, then after module D, you can and you should go for module 4, right? If you are slightly less confident with DSA, after module D, you can move towards the web development track, right? Module 4 will come in handy for referrals in FANG companies sort of areas, right? But even if you want to clear a FANG company or any of these top-notch companies which ask advanced DSA, there is a very small percentage of these companies which ask advanced DSA specifically, right? All these companies, Lowe's is hiring, Gainsight hiring, good 15 LPA, 14 LPA companies, 12 LPA companies, right? Intermediate module D students are only clearing this, right? Module 4 is there, and that is recommended after module D, because even if let's say you want to clear a Google interview, you will need advanced DSA module 4 knowledge for that. But you will also need projects on your CV. You will also need good interview preparation skill and very strong intermediate DSA skills for sure. Because even in these top-notch companies, you will see that a lot of the things which are asked are based on intermediate DSA only, right? Okay. Okay. Go slow on chat, guys. Don't copy paste the same question again. Simple rule, yaar. 3 महीने हो गए आप लोग भूल गए. Don't copy paste the same question on chat. I'm taking them up one by one. Okay. Yeah, so that is what I'm saying, right, Vibhuti? That module 4 you will come back to after module D, but module D is a precursor, right? In module D, we know what companies are asking. Exactly, that is why that is the focus in module D. And we know that Lowe's and Gainsights and the paid locals who are offering good, of course, there will be companies offering 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all sorts of companies will come in based on DSA in module D, right? A company which is maybe, let's say Raja Software Labs, which is hiring at 7.5, right? They will stick to intermediate only. And we know that a Lowe's at 12.5 also, you are well equipped to clear if you are good with module D, right? Yes, absolutely. You can. Drashti's question, absolutely, always. That is a given, right? There is never a stoppage for you to take a re-mock interview ever, right? You'd give it right now till 6th. You should give it. You will be able to give it once, because there are all of you guys. We have to conduct mocks by 6th, from 1st to 6th. We need to cover all of you guys once at least first. And after that, of course, if you want to take another mock interview based on module 3, you are free to. If you score a 7, next time prepare a little bit more, try and get a 10, right? There is never stopping on how many mock interviews you can take. Can you take more mock interviews or not, right? So mock interviews definitely are a big value add for you guys. So you should definitely go for that. Okay. Module 1 and 2, of course, it is open. Module 1 and 2, you can take mock interviews. Why not? That is open. If you want to take it, you can always take it. Are module test scores frequently referred? Tushar, no. Module test scores are used by us to move you from one module to the next, right? Mock interview scores on modules are used by us even more extensively. For companies, when we are shortlisting students for companies and sending, we use your mock interview scores. When companies are doing the shortlist, it is totally up to them. It is their process. We cannot interfere with their process. They want to use resume, they want to use coding test, they want to use aptitude test, they want to directly take interview. It is up to them. Okay. What's your view on recession, guys? Relax, right? There is enough job openings in the market right now. So don't worry so much about recession affecting you right now. If you are a skilled developer, there is huge demand for you. Okay. So don't worry. It will be wonderful if we complete DSA. So go module 4 and then D. Sanjay, that is a call you can take, right? I think you can take that call, but I would still recommend go for module D, because even if you complete module 4 first, without module D, you will still struggle, because that preparedness, holistic preparedness will still be very much missing for you, right? And that is why I would recommend you do this. I joined with pay upfront too. So what? Doesn't matter, yeah. Everyone is here. So in this, current session we have pay upfront students also, pay after placement students also. That doesn't matter at all. Okay. Once you are in, what matters is how you are doing. What is your mock interview score? How is your learning? If you are good, you will get placed. You will all go for placements irrespective, right? 5 to 8 lakh compensation DSA company. Yeah, of course, the level will be slightly lesser, right? They won't expect you to solve super tough questions, advanced DSA questions, nothing like that would get touched there, right? So, and in module D, don't worry, you will, in fact, module D is very well polished now, that if there is a drive happening of X company, we will make you go through mock interviews specifically for that company also, so that you are prepared for taking on that company specific interviews also, right? So so that thing is something which we have figured out very well in module D. And module D also, the first time we launched it, we also made some mistakes. It was 1 month, we couldn't fit everything in. We expanded it. We made sure that, okay, this is a place where student will 100% clear some or the other company, right? And that is why we added all these elements, that company specific mock interviews, company specific question solving sheets, right? So all of these things start coming in. Okay. Yeah, Bhavani, you get placement assistance throughout, even after module D. Module D second month onwards, you will start sitting for placement DSA based companies which are coming in at Accio, right? Simple. Okay, perfect. I think I am eating up too much time, but I will make Uday also the host, right? I took away his host access. So yeah. Hey, hi Uday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great,
Yep.
yes, to have you.
Okay,
Yeah, I
perfect.
hope like students were so eager with so many doubts that you
Yeah,
were
I
at
think, yeah. I think, see guys, you are at a great place already, right? You've gained knowledge, I'm sure. हाँ संजय यार, आज का क्लास भी तो है, वो भी तो चलने देते हैं, है ना? वो पूरा टाइम नहीं खाएंगे. I'll plan another session probably in module D. Again, you will see me very quickly, right? So I'll see you guys again in module D. Don't worry. If otherwise, if there are any specific questions you want to ask me, available on Discord for you guys always, right? So feel free to ping me on Discord if there is anything specific for your personal advice. If you need any specific thing you need, available on DSA, available on Discord, sorry, right? Okay, and see you again in module D. Yeah. Sir takes 10 minutes daily, it motivates us. Arey yaar, boss, you got to stay motivated, right? You have an amazing instructor. You guys have been learning. You guys have been doing well. I'm sure you guys feel the improvement in your skills and confidence already. Just keep that going and you will convert, right? It is a game of persistence and being sort of at it for quite some time, right? So yeah, don't worry. Is there any gift from AccioJob after getting? Yes, of course. There is a goodie bag you receive from AccioJob when you get placed, right? So don't worry. Yes, you can HP DR 39390. Okay. केक नहीं मिलेगा यार, गुडी बैग मिलेगा. चलो पहले प्लेस हो जाओ यार, केक भी भेज दूंगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. सर्टिफिकेट तो मिलेगा यार, तू नौकरी लेने आया है, क्या सर्टिफिकेट का करेगा? सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा, टेंशन मत लो. सर्टिफिकेट का क्या करोगे सर्टिफिकेट का? रेज्यूमे में लिखने से ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा, है ना? वो तेरी स्किल्स देखने वाले हैं. दे डोंट केयर अबाउट सर्टिफिकेट्स. सिंपल, सच बता रहा हूँ, मतलब आई एम टेलिंग यू स्ट्रेट. हाँ, फोकट में मिलते हैं यूडेमी पे, राइट? तो सही चीज पे फोकस करो, बाकी सब हो जाएगा, टेंशन मत लो, है ना? ओके, चलो. ओके गाइस, सी यू. ओवर टू यू उदय.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it was quite insightful, guys. I hope you liked it, है ना? So let's get back to our whatever we were discussing again. So I hope you guys had a great Diwali, right? And like if you saw the, like, I hope you guys tried your level best with the assignments, right? And if you feel that still the assignment ka question thoda zyada ho gaya, I know that, okay? But the questions that were the questions that were present in the assignment, right? So those questions are really good, okay? Because the best part about those questions is that, like, they are similar to whatever the questions we did. Most of the questions are same, and they are very good questions, and the rest questions are a little bit different, which need you to think in a little different way, and you'll be using the same template as I told you, right? So great, Rohan, 16 out of 18. That's great. बहुत अच्छा है, ठीक है. देखो guys, like any question, तुम कोई भी question उठा लो, right? कोई भी question उठा लो. I'm just sharing my screen. Just a second. I think like all the questions में there is no actual, like there's not much difficulty that you'll be finding in coding. It's all about like how do you adjust the thing which you already learned. Okay, what did you learn from trees? If I make someone just unmute yourself, okay, and ask you what did you learn from trees? Okay, tell me, what did you learn from trees? Can anyone tell me? In a general way, like what are the things that you guys learned from trees, right? So trees में मैं क्या बता दूं एक बार ऊपर से क्या क्या पढ़े थे, right? So एक बार सुनो, stop the chat, listen to me, listen to every word of mine, ठीक है? First thing you learn, what is a tree, ठीक है? We learn why tree is useful, correct? And then the terminology of tree, like root क्या होता है, leaf क्या होता है, right? What are the, like what is the meaning of height, what is the meaning of depth, such things you learned which are really necessary. Then you learned about types of trees, okay? Complete binary tree, full binary tree, perfect binary tree, right? Perfect binary tree, skewed binary tree, balanced binary tree, unbalanced binary tree. Agreed, guys? यहाँ तक you learned because you need to learn, ठीक है? क्योंकि this is mostly the theory part, है ना? So they might be asking you what are the types of trees that are present. Can you differentiate between a full binary tree and a perfect binary tree? Can you give me an example of a tree which is a complete binary tree but not a full binary tree? ऐसे क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हो तुमसे इंटरव्यू में. मेकिंग सेंस, है ना? सो लाइक जो भी वो फर्स्ट पार्ट में सीखे थे दैट इज कंप्लीटली थियोरेटिकल, राइट? देन द प्रैक्टिकल थिंग्स व्हिच वी लर्न, ठीक है? लेट मी टेल यू. वन इज ट्रैवर्सल्स, राइट? देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ ट्रैवर्सल्स, ठीक है? Are you guys there? Hello? Yeah, I hope like the strength. It's really great to see the strength, man. Like 200 people, right? So let me just open my PPT. I didn't open it since many days. Konsa, shall I create another PPT for just the Diwali? What happened? ये क्या है? Okay. Okay, cool. Let me just write everything. Just a second. Okay, cool. On a broader way, I'm just trying to tell you guys what are the things that are present, right? So that you guys can relate to these things. Okay? Whatever questions you got, like I can solve one question after the other, and you'll be amazed to see that everything that you learned, like everything, like all the questions are from the things that you learned only. There is nothing that is a completely alien topic. Okay? It's all about how deep you can think, how deep you can understand, how differently you can transform the thing which you done, right? So someone is asking a question. Okay, so we'll be having 3 classes. Okay, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. Okay, you can ask me anything. We'll mostly discuss everything. Okay, and the Diwali assignment, the assignment pending questions, right? Any doubts from the BST or whatever? Okay, I think there are 200 people. When I told about BST, right? So BST is very important. Okay, this is the only special type of tree that you're learning, okay, as part of the course, right? And this is the most important thing. Okay, even in the engineering colleges, you will be taught only this, right? So what I'm saying is learn this. Okay, so I beautifully explained all the insertion, deletion, and all the operations. Okay, you can even view the notes as well, right? So do that. Okay, watch that recording. Okay, if you didn't find time, I think it'll really help you. हाँ, now I don't think you guys will be having the input problem. ठीक है, if you are having an input problem, ठीक है, like try to code it in the lead code or whatever, right, and just try to paste that code. ठीक है, but just try to understand कि कैसे input ले रहे हैं. Now you guys actually understood what is insertion and deletion, right? So I don't think you will be facing any input problem. And also I think I put the code. Where is the code, man? Yeah, this is the code. Just see how I'm creating a binary search tree. How am I inserting the binaries? How am I inserting inside the binary search tree, right? So this is the code. To the people who didn't attend it, do attend it. It's really important. Okay. Recording देख लेना, ठीक है? और did we guys try the delete operation? Hello? Did I code the delete operation? Huh. No. Yes, I think I did it. Okay. If I didn't do, okay, I can code it and show you as well. Okay. I think I've written it in the PPT, if I'm not wrong. Okay. And that is the complete code. Okay. On Sunday afternoon, we did it. Yes. Right. So it's present in the previous PPT. Okay. Just attend that lecture. That is really, okay. Few people were there in the class. Okay. To attend the class. Okay. So on a broader scale, okay. On a broader scale, let's talk about trees. Okay. So what are trees? Okay. We learned first that. Okay. Terminology. Okay. Types of trees. Types of trees में क्या? Complete, full, perfect, है ना? और क्या आता है? Balanced, unbalanced, right? Skewed. और क्या आता है, guys? What are the other trees that we have learned? Can anyone tell me? BST is a special type of tree, right? Anything else? Degenerate chill hai. It is similar to, right? These are about the binary trees, right? So binary trees may you have something called general tree, and the other one is called binary tree, right? In the binary tree, these are the types, right? And you learned about terminology. Root kya hota hai, parent kya hota hai, leaf, child, and all the terminology, blah blah, right? So after this is a theoretical part that you learn. Okay, it is of no use. Okay, because unless for the interview. Okay, this part is completely for the interview, right? And also to identify certain topics and properties that you need to do. So this is important. Okay, but directly you won't be asked to create a complete binary tree or something. Okay, so they are to understand the terminologies. Okay, understand the properties. Okay, only for such things this will be utilized. Okay, then what we have learned, the more practical things, that is traversals. Traversal matlab going inside, like moving in a tree. Okay, you can print it, you could search it in a tree. Okay, you can traverse in a tree, you can find distance in a tree, and all those things. So we learned two types of traversals. There are only two types of traversals. One is DFS and the one is BFS, right? So in DFS, there are three types of traversals because of the order in which they are done. Okay, one is pre-order, in order, and the one is post-order. Right? Pre-order में NLR, in order में you have LNR, and post-order में you have LRN. Okay, N is node, L is left and right. Okay, pre-order says that visit the node before you visit the left subtree and right subtree. Similarly, in order says ki visit the left node, okay, and then the node and then the right node. In that way. Agreed? Guys? Right? So these are the things you learn. And then BFS means there's only one type of tree, one type of traversal. This is level order traversal. Right? And all these things are done using recursion or stack. Okay? And this is using queue data structure. Correct? बस इतना ही सीखा तुम लोगों ने, है कि नहीं? And we have done so many questions just based on these things. ठीक है? तुम search कर लो, like search a value, find a left tree, then a right tree. मतलब find a value, ठीक है? Find the height, ठीक है? And all the questions, if you see recursion में somewhere or the other way you are traversing it, ठीक है? instead of printing that node, you're doing some comparison or doing some updatation, right? Do you guys agree with that? Right? So on a broader way, this is what you learned. Okay, and then you learned about recursion, right? How you can use recursion in trees. Okay, how you can feel if we have a tree like 1, 2, 3, and if we call it on not just root but on some other value, maybe a subtree. Okay, on the subtree if we call, on this whole tree if we call, right? So if at all, how the differences have occurred, right? So how you can get the answer from it, okay? Get the answer from it, and how you can transform this answer into whatever you require. Okay, it could be sum. Okay, यहाँ से sum आएगा, sum of all nodes. This could be a question, right? इसमें क्या कर रहे हैं, right? You'll call the left subtree, you'll call the right subtree, and you'll sum up this value, left subtree से जो value है, right subtree से जो भी value है, and then that value you'll be returning, right? So this is what you learned in recursion, correct? Right? So that is the beauty of the recursion, right? So like you just need to write that recurrence relation. Recurrence relation क्या है? Return root dot value, ठीक है, plus sum of root dot left plus sum of root dot right. This beauty, see, this beauty is nothing but pre-order. How many of you don't agree with me? This is a pre-order traversal. See, this is pre-order root node left and then right. This is the pre-order traversal, right? But you're doing it in a different way, right? Using recursion, you're calling for a smaller problem, getting that solution and transforming it into a bigger solution, right? At every part, you'll be doing the same thing. Okay, unless if it is null, then you'll return 0. Unless if it is null, then you'll return 0. 4 plus 0 plus 0 will be 4, and you'll be returning 4, right? So base case is going to be this: root equals to null, return 0. बस इतना ही कोड है, just look at it. Okay, and like this is the recurrence relation. Recurrence relation में you're calling for a smaller smaller input, and you're getting the solution, and you're combining those solutions to form the bigger solution, that is this solution, है ना? So like this is what you learn. Okay, you have solved many questions based on the recursion. Okay, so we have put some questions in the Diwali assignment as well, mostly based on the recursion, right? So like guys, okay, and then you learned something about BST, which I'm going to discuss soon. Okay, मतलब थोड़े minutes में. But this is the whole tree concept, man. Like इससे आगे, ठीक है, कुछ है ही नहीं. Like I can make a bold statement like this. Okay, all the questions that you're going to solve, every question, okay, every question is in the Diwali assignment. Every question that is present on GFG, every question, a question that is going to ask, okay, just based on trees, binary trees. This is the whole sheet for you. There's nothing more. Like you, I can show, I can pick up questions and I can show that this belongs to this topic, this belongs to this topic, right? So every recursion question can be solved in this way. Okay, yeah, definitely there's another thing called iterative way of doing it, okay, which also we discussed, okay, when we are discussing this thing, but I only done it for pre-order, right? So how did we do it? We did it using a stack, okay, before going to left store right. That is the concept, right? Before going to left store right? So like only these topics, whatever is on my screen, you'll be asked the questions on, okay, and every question can be solved using this thing. Okay, अगर कोई पूछा left view of a subtree कैसे करोगे? I mean left view of a tree, like left view in the sense कि if at all someone is watching your tree from left, right? So somebody is watching your tree from the left. Okay, what does it see? He'll see only 4, right? He can't see 5 and 7. He can't see 3. He can only see 6, right? You're supposed to return something like this. Okay, how do you do it? Simple, guys. How do you do it? level order करो. Like level order में क्या है? You'll be using a queue, right? You'll be pushing the root. ठीक है, you'll just pop that root. ठीक है, and you'll see if it has some childs. Yes, it has some childs. You'll push them. You'll pop another value, and if you'll see if it has some childs. Yes, it has some childs. You'll push it inside the queue. Correct. And in this way, you'll keep on doing it. Correct. My question is, right? My question is, like I taught you guys how to bifurcate these things based on their level, right? So like initially the size is 1, so you just remove the 1 element. Next the size is 2, so you'll remove the 2 elements. Next the size is going to be 3, you'll only remove the 3 elements and push it in a different route, right? So you can do a thing, whatever is the first element in that level, you'll just mark that. Guys, agreed? First node of the level is the required road. Don't you guys agree with the statement? Right? First node of that level is the required node. So you can just do the level order traversal, right? You know how to bifurcate this thing based on the left trees, right? So you can do that. सोचो इसके बारे में एक बार, है ना? So देखो, top view also same. Aniket is asking top view is also same. ठीक है? तो वही है, like question जो भी हो, right? You need to think whatever are the tools. These are the tools I gave you. ठीक है? ठीक है? So if I give you, like I'm talking in a very different manner. ठीक है? So I'm talking ki if I give you a wood, a piece of wood, a plywood or something, right? I give you a saw, I'll give you cutting plier and all the tools that are required to do the carpentry work, right? So I'll give you a Fevicol and everything, right? So either you can just have them, okay, or you can, you know that these are the only things that I have, okay. I just need to use my brain to solve a problem, to create a solution, right? So you can create a great great box with this, or you can create a great cupboard with this. All these items, I've given you the wood, I've given you the saw, I've given you all the tools like cutting plier, hammer, nails, everything, right? So in the same way, I've given you everything. Okay, these are the things that you have. Everything that is on my screen are the things that you have to require to solve any question other than BST, okay, of the tree. Now think what you can do just using these things. टॉप व्यू के लिए क्या करना चाहिए एक बार, like every question that you're getting, ठीक है, it's not necessary that you solve that question, ठीक है, it might happen with you in exam, ठीक है, उस टाइम पे जरूरी नहीं है कि you can cheat, right? You can't there might be a possibility that you can't look at to your previous classes का lectures या consultation phone, or you might not ask your friends, ठीक है. काफी ज्यादा strict होने लगा, like it's not like before, ठीक है, proctoring काफी strict होता है, like they have dedicated video sensors, like video software which will detect how many times you have looked on a different side, and if at all it exceeds, and you will be also checked like solution ka video bhi hoga, right? When you're typing it, they'll just ensure ki you're not copying anything, you're not writing any rubbish, and all these things will happen, because the same thing happened with one of the students in my college, okay. He was writing some rubbish in the code editor, okay, and the HR has called me and like scolded me because I'm the training and placement representative, and like we had to take some actions against him. So the proctoring has gone to a great level, okay. So don't rely on anyone, okay. Don't rely on your on your notes or anything, okay. Don't rely on your phone, okay. Don't rely on any hacks that you have, just rely on your skills, okay. If you have a good skills, okay, you will get placed at some point, okay, and you'll be very satisfied with it, okay, because with your skills you got you got placed, right? But if you cheat and go there, okay, it doesn't matter what happens, okay, like you'll feel that inferiority inside you'll be having something called imposter syndrome, okay, because you know the reality, even the whole world might be congratulating you, you know the reality that you cheated to be here, and you might, every time you face a hit there, you'll be feeling that I don't deserve being here, that's the reason I'm not able to cope up, right? So that thing will always be there, okay. So your prime aim should be to improve your skills, okay. Skills. ठीक है, even if you decide to switch a company, right, since you have the skills, since you have the right knowledge, since you worked honestly, ठीक है, it won't be much easier. If you got placed in a company, good company, you might go to a better company or then the same level company, even if you want to switch it, right? So just try learn this skill, okay, learn how to use these tools to create some solution, right? So that is what I want to say, like since the module is ending, because this is a really important thing, okay, people are relying a lot on such things, okay, don't do that, okay, you are learning, you're constantly learning, you're attending the classes, okay, it will definitely improve you to some extent, okay. I'm not saying that you are professional right now, okay, but as just said, it will, like the module D is going to polish you to a complete great extent, such that you'll be realizing your actual potential. This is just the foundation level that you learned till now, okay. Once you go there, right, you'll be solving the problems, you'll keep on solving, like everything will be brushed up so good that you'll have the actual clarity with the questions, okay. We didn't get time to solve a lot of questions, but there you'll be getting a lot, right? Yeah, you can use a book and a pen, okay, definitely you can use that. लेकिन बुक एंड पेन रफ नोट्स के लिए यूज करना चाहिए. कुछ कंपनीज विल बी आस्किंग यू टू शो द बुक दैट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इन द कैमरा बिफोर यू यूज इट, ठीक है. एंड अभी लाइक इफ एट ऑल द plagiarism इतना भी अच्छा नहीं है, you might be asked to go to a particular center to give an exam. That will be also there, ठीक है. Like in Amazon, we have a special floor where the test will be happening, like the exam tests and interviews will be happening. There's a special dedicated floor for that, right? So companies are looking for that as well, okay, but that's not going to happen in very soon. I'm not going to say that every company will be implementing it very soon, but it will happen eventually. So bet on your skills instead of other factors, right? Be honest, because you're just honest with yourself, okay, by being honest, right? So I've given you all the tools, okay. Just try to think from these things, how can you make a something, how can you make it? That is what you're going to say, right? Now what I'm saying is someone is asking top view, है ना. अच्छा, एक बार बैठो, एक ट्री बना लो छोटा सा, ठीक है. अब तुम खुद से एक बार पूछो कि what is that thing, like देखो, let me just write something like this, ठीक है. Right, so some notes, man, यहाँ पे notes हो या ना हो, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm just leaving everything, right? So what is that thing? And my question to you guys is, what is that thing? Like you're supposed to print something like 10, 9, 4, 2, 1, 3, 7 and 8, right? So I'm just asking, what is that thing that is differentiating these notes from the other notes that are present here? That is my question. ये क्वेश्चन पूछो, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे विल रीच देयर, ठीक है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऐसे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए पहला स्टेप क्या है पता है? पहला स्टेप क्या है, कोई बता सकते हो? ड्राइंग नहीं, ठीक है. वो ड्राइंग पहला स्टेप है, आई एग्री. टेक अ सिंपल केस, ठीक है. टेक अ सिंपल केस एंड ट्राई टू गेट अ algorithm from it, ठीक है. Get idea from it, algo/idea from it. But let me tell you the zeroth step ये है कि stop believing that तुमसे नहीं होगा ये क्वेश्चन, है ना. ये तो कंप्लीटली नया क्वेश्चन है, मेरे से नहीं होगा, ये सोचना बंद कर दो. that will be the zeroth step, important step for me. The moment you say कि ये तो पढ़ाया नहीं सर ने, ठीक है, so मेरे से नहीं होगा, like the moment you think it, ठीक है, अगर हो भी जाएगा ना, even then the 50% chances will get decreased just because you thought कि ये नहीं हो पाएगा, right? Questions might be looking very difficult, right? मतलब पढ़ोगे एक बार में समझ ही नहीं आएगा क्या है, but if you read it again, if you read it 3 times, then you might be realizing, what, this is such a simple question, right? So if you look at it at a way, if you give it a pedestal कि it's on a high ground कि हाँ ये question तो बहुत मुश्किल है, मेरे से नहीं होगा, the moment you think that, it's over, right? The chances of you solving that question will decrease dramatically, right? So first अभी सोचो, you have all the tools, you learned everything, ठीक है. अब सोचो कैसे solve करना है. That is the first step, Don't feel it's God. ठीक है? Just feel you are the person who do it. ठीक है? So सोचो यार, एक बार सोचो, like I won't be coding it today. ठीक है? Definitely I'll give you guys some time. लेकिन my question is कि try to think of a way कि how this node is different from this node. What is that it is changing? And someone is saying कि level order, I think someone has said in the chat कि level order का first node और last node लेने के लिए बोल रहा है ना? How many of you agree with that statement? I won't agree with that statement. क्यों? एक बार सोचो ना, यहाँ पे देखो, this is the first node. Is this the top value? No, definitely not, bro, right? क्योंकि एक बार सोचो ना इसके बारे में, that if at all you have some value like 13, if you have some other value like 17, you can see that यहाँ पे 8 आया, 18 आया, जो भी है, right? In this level, in this particular level, right? In this particular level, you can see that this is the first node. First node not necessarily means the leftmost node, right? Are you guys getting it? Hello? Right? So you can't do that. ठीक है? You need to get the outermost node. Correct thing. ठीक है? तो एक और एग्जांपल बना के देखो, इसमें क्या हो रहा है? लाइक समझ लो यहाँ पे 3 है, राइट? यहाँ पे 4 है, समझ लो यहाँ पे 5 है, राइट? यहाँ पे 6 है, एंड यहाँ पे 7 है, एंड यहाँ पे 8 है, एंड यहाँ पे 9 है, राइट? सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, ठीक है, इज द टॉप व्यू ऑफ दिस ट्री? कैन यू गाइस टेल मी? 5 होगा, है ना? उसके बाद 2 होगा, राइट? इट्स नॉट 4, ठीक है? इट्स डेफिनेटली नॉट 4, ठीक है? गाइस, आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? हेलो? राइट? सो एंड देन 1 होगा, 1 तो होगा ही, राइट? उसके बाद 6 होगा, उसके बाद 7 होगा, राइट? सो द पॉइंट हियर इज, द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इज, इट्स नॉट जस्ट द first value of its level, it should be the first value that you will be looking when you're looking from the top, है ना? Correct, guys? Why 4 is not in the top view? ठीक है? Obviously it's not in the top view because just look at it, 2 के नीचे है, it is, right? It is just that कि you came one step left, ठीक है, and then you came one step right, and then you came one step left. This thing and this thing will get cancelled, and you are at one step left only. Do you guys agree with this? Right? खुशी, agreed? तो मैं बोल रहा हूं कि हाँ, सो मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि एक बार सोचो, अभी अभी तुम लोग के पास आंसर मिल गया, देखो, इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड इट एज अ नंबर स्केल, यहाँ पे 0 है, राइट? सो 0 पे दिस विल बी द टॉप वैल्यू, एंड यहाँ पे -1 है, राइट? एक लेफ्ट स्टेप में एक ही वैल्यू होगा, डजेंट मैटर कौन सा लेफ्ट राइट, जो भी पहला एनकाउंटर होगा दैट विल बी द वैल्यू. उसके बाद -2, ये देखो, दिस गाय इज लेफ्ट राइट लेफ्ट लेफ्ट, at the end he's at -2. Don't you guys agree with this statement? And this guy is +1 and this guy is +2. I'm just talking about, this is nothing but horizontal level. How varied these nodes are from the middle, that is what I'm calling, right? अभी कुछ आ रहा है दिमाग में, try to think कि how this guy has moved left and then right and then left, right? And they are at the same position now, ठीक है? 2 and 4 are at the same position, but 2 will be prevailed because it has occurred first, right? बस हो गया यार, you're done, it's done. सोचो कैसे? This is the question, right? So you're supposed to basically get one value at a horizontal level, at a unique horizontal level, okay? So -1 पे if you have 2, you should not get any value at -1 again. It cannot be 4. तो मेरे दिमाग में एक आइडिया है, करेक्ट है कि नहीं बताना, ठीक है? So that is nothing but top view करके I'll create a function in which I'll be sending a root, ठीक है? This root, and I'll send a value like 0 or something, ठीक है? And I'm just asking, मैं बस बता रहा हूँ कि 0 के अगेंस्ट पे कोई भी ऐसा, मतलब try to think, ठीक है, कि like 0 के अगेंस्ट you can have a root value, है ना? And then you can make this guy call top view root dot left. One time you are moving left, इसका मतलब -1 हो गया, right? So whatever this value is, ठीक है, value -1 करो. Same thing, do it with the right. Root dot right is nothing but, so this is not the solution, guys. I'm not saying that this is the solution. This is just putting an idea inside your brain. Okay, what I'm saying is once you move left, it will be -1. Once you move right, it will be +1, right? So you move left, -1, you move right, it will be 0 again at 0th level. You have it at 0th level. Again, you move -1 and it is 4. But again, since this guy is 4, okay, since -1 is already occupied, right? So you won't update it, correct? तो वैसे सोचो एक बार, और एक और बार, like once this guy has reached -2 level पे, you'll be having 5. And even though if you have another value, that is some value like 6 है यहाँ पे, if you have another value like 7, if you have another value like 8, you can see that this guy is also at -2 level, ठीक है? But like since this we have occurred this, ठीक है, we have encountered this, ठीक है, you should not be considering this. तो ऐसे कोई traversal करो जिससे कि the top value that is present should be traversed first, should be noted somewhere, and remaining things should be traversed later. Try to think. This is stop you. Okay, I didn't tell you the solution, but since I implanted the solution in your brain, okay, try to do it. Try to code it. आज सोचो, ठीक है, कल करेंगे कोड इसका, ठीक है. I won't leave this, ठीक है, for sure. But can you guys see this is nothing but the recursion? बता रहा था कि recursion ही है, right? I just realized that कि लेफ्ट में जाने पे it is reaching a level, एक और बार लेफ्ट जाने पे it will reach another level, ठीक है. एक और बार लेफ्ट गया, समझ लो यहाँ पे, like I got 15, then 15 will be the answer, correct? Like -2 पे you'll be having 15 because this is the value that we have reached first, correct? तो मेरे हिसाब से यहाँ पे pre-order ही होना चाहिए, because pre-order is the value that will be taking care of these things first before you reach there, correct? तो मेरे हिसाब से I think we should do pre-order, and the moment you reach at a horizontal level, you'll note it somewhere, ठीक है? Think of a data structure to do this. कौन सा data structure use करोगे ये चीज करने के लिए, ये तुम सोचना, ठीक है? I won't be telling, right? And you think you have the tools, you learned all the tools, ठीक है? Data structures, algorithms are just the tools that you're learning, right? And trees के लिए that is the thing, ठीक है? तुम like you're doing the same thing, recursion use कर रहे हो and order कर रहे हो and you're just printing something. तो सोचो क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, right? Guys, is this cool? Hello? Right? So I am just saying कि horizontal level calculate करना, at every horizontal level unique value आना चाहिए, and pre-order में जो पहले आएगा वही होगा answer. These are the hints that I've given you. Now you guys try to code it, even though if you fail, कल solution देखिए, you'll be liking that solution, ठीक है? Definitely, ठीक है? You can see that एक बार -1 call भी हुआ, वापस right call होगा, ठीक है? And again it will be called with 0, correct? This guy is called with 0, this guy will be called with -1, and this guy will be called with 0, and again this guy will be called with -1, this guy will be called with -2, this guy will be called with -2. But this need to be done before this. इसका मतलब pre-order करना चाहिए. So you'll be putting 15, correct? हाँ, so do it now, ठीक है? So we'll move to other questions, ठीक है? And we'll come back to the implementation, ठीक है, tomorrow, ठीक है? So मेरे हिसाब से try to make a function which is taking some value, like some value, and that value is nothing but horizontal level, ठीक है? फिर left जाते you do it -1, right जाते you do +1, ठीक है? And uniquely you just note all these values, and at the end, ठीक है, print it according to these values, ठीक है? वो कैसे करोगे, ये कैसे करोगे, ये तुम लोग खुद से सोचना, ठीक है? सोचना, सोचोगे like you learn it, ठीक है? Cool, guys. Shall I move forward? Hello. Right. So देखो, like these are the tools I told you about trees, है ना? So then we learned about a special tree that is called BST. BST, what is BST? It's a special tree, special binary tree, okay, where root value will be less than root dot right का value and it is greater than root dot left dot value, ठीक है, ऐसे होने वाला है and recursively true for all elements. ठीक है, मतलब you can call it in another way कि like left subtree का values, you can call it in that way because recursively true है. Left subtree का values and right subtree का values. All the right subtree values should be greater than this value because the same thing will apply to every node recursively. Correct? We won't be learning new topic. Yeah, that will be there. We might be solving new questions, Shivan. Okay, but we won't be learning anything new. Okay, we have done pretty much everything of that. Okay. So but I recommend still to attend because like this is the like last point of contact for trees for some time at least. Okay. After you go to module D, at the end of module D, you'll be getting when there are 15 days left, then you'll be reaching trees again. Okay. And at that point, like you'll be learning trees again, but I guess it's better to clear the thing before you move, right? So this is about BST, right? So what we have learned about BST, right? So BST के बारे में क्या है? Like this value, ठीक है? This value, if at all it has some value, all the nodes on its left subtree should be less than 8. All the nodes on the right subtree should be greater than 8. And this thing should be true for internally as well. ठीक है? क्या मतलब है? कि यहाँ पे if I have, for example, in the left subtree, if I have 5 as a root, ठीक है? In that internally, I should be having all the values less than 5 and all the values greater than 5. Same way, यहाँ पे if I have this subtree as something like some value like 14, right? So all the values should be less than 14 and all the values should be greater than 14. But again, less than 14 का मतलब ये नहीं कि 1 भी हो सकता है. It should be greater than 8 as well. Correct? With this statement true, this statement should also be true. So what do we get is कि from binary search tree, the search time will be very less. It is log n. Right? In the similar way, search time बहुत कम हो जाएगा. It should be something h, ठीक है? But h is nothing but log n for balanced binary search tree. Right? So you can call it in this way. Okay. The reason why it is true is every time you want to search an element, okay, you look at a root, okay, based on the root's value, you'll be going to left or you'll be going to right, correct? And if you want to search a smaller value than the root, you'll be going to left. So in a way, you have discarded half of the tree roots, right? So at every point, you're halving the search space. Okay, that is nothing but log n, correct? If at all it is exactly balanced, correct? Do you guys agree? Right? So hence k is log n. Okay, the number of steps is log n. Okay, so that is about BST. Right? This is what you learned about BST. Then you learned about insertion. Okay, to the people who didn't attend that class, do attend it. It's most important. Okay, so you how to insert an element, how to delete an element. Okay, these are the things you learn. Insert करने के लिए search that position and insert. ठीक है, right? Deletion के लिए search that element. ठीक है, then 3 हो जाता है, like element is a node, leaf node, delete the node with one child, delete the node with two child, right? Delete a leaf node का मतलब है कि you can delete it simple, right? Simply you can just make it null. The previous call you'll just return null and then you'll be done. One node का you'll be returning its child, but two child का the thing you need to do is replace the root node with the in order successor or in order predecessor. To the people who are not understanding, okay, I highly recommend you guys to watch it, okay, and delete it. Delete this node. You'll be deleting this node instead of that node, correct, guys? Right? So this is what I explained. Okay, we took a whole class to explain this thing. Okay, so in order successor is nothing but the next greater node than the root. Okay, in order predecessor is nothing but the next less node, matlab very closest node, but it should be less than that node, and on the left subtree, correct? And you'll replace that, and you'll be deleting that, correct? So this is about insertion and deletion in BST. Okay, this is completely what you guys learned in BST. Okay. There is one question, okay, which I feel that you need to do. Okay, we'll do that. But tell me, do you guys have any doubt in the revision that we had just done? Right? Yeah, validate me, like this part will come, right? You're valid, you have validated BST as well, right? So validate me, these conditions ko check karna validation hai. Right? So I hope you guys tried the questions, okay? And there is a question called LCA. LCA of BST. Did anyone do this question? Okay. So what is LCA? LCA is nothing but least common ancestor of BST. You know what is BST? Binary search tree, right? So least common ancestor means that, okay, the ancestor that is common to both the nodes, okay, मतलब two nodes देंगे तुम्हें A and B, वो दोनों का ancestor होना चाहिए and least होना चाहिए, right? So if you have a node like this, for example, I'm just giving an example. If A is this and B is this, what is the least common ancestor? This is the least common ancestor. Because you can see that this is an ancestor and this is common to both of them, and this is the least. Even this guy is a common ancestor, right? Even this guy is a common ancestor, but this is the least, correct? Who is very close to both of them, right? Right? So for example, if at all this is not B, this is B, right? You can see that this is the common, right? Because if you keep on going to the root, okay, the point where both of them meet is the point of the least common ancestor. Is the definition clear, guys? Hello? Right? So that is least common ancestor of BST, right? So there's a question to find a least common ancestor of a binary tree itself. Okay? There is a question like that. Okay? But this is much simpler. Okay? So we'll do this and then we'll do that. Okay? But before this, do you guys have any doubt in the Diwali assignment? Like, do you want me to discuss any question from Diwali assignment? We'll do that first before we jump into the this question, right? Because this is a assignment question, right? We'll come back to that, guys. Okay, so I just opened the like you can see. Okay, all the questions are really good. Okay, अच्छे questions सब. Okay, so we'll go one after the other. Okay. What if one of the given node is present in the tree, and then how will you ठीक है, so that won't be there, that case won't be there, Preetham. ठीक है, if at all that node doesn't exist, they won't be asking you to find its LCA. ठीक है, so if at all they do, then there's a flaw in the question. ठीक है, but you can definitely handle it. You can handle it. You'll understand it while you're implementing. Right? So there you go, guys. Like the questions are pretty good. Again, the questions, most of the questions, I made you guys as an extra problems, if you remember, right? And like, because these are the important questions, right? So at that time, you might not, like, you might have understood some 50 to 60%, but at this point, I'm expecting you guys to do it. Okay. So which question are you facing the difficulty, most difficulty in? No, not duplicate elements are not allowed. Okay, someone is saying let's see one by one. Okay, we have something called maximum product subarray. Okay, this is a cool question. Okay, so how many of you did this? How many of you did this, guys? Right? Yeah, pretty much people did it. The question says ki, let me just read the question once. You have an array consisting of n elements and find the subarray which has a maximum product. Okay, you need to complete the given function. Okay, so what is this value n? 1. Achha, is that the test case? Okay. Zero, 1, 2, 3. Okay, gives the maximum product. So guys, definitely you guys might be feeling few things in this question. Okay, one part is with the test cases, like 0 pe kya karna hai, right? And such things you need to handle. It needs good amount of thinking. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, काफी अच्छा question है. Okay, so like, do anyone want mind sharing how did you do it? I want to listen to you. I want to listen from you guys. Yeah, Rohan, raise your hand. I'll unmute you. Like, explain as if you're explaining it to an interviewer, and explain as if you're explaining, like, students should also understand. Okay, वैसे समझाओ. Like, what is the approach? Don't tell me the implementation, just the approach. Okay, what is the question, right? How did you approach it?
Okay, the question is basically talking about you have to give the output of the maximum possible product of the subarray, the maximum
Okay,
answer.
cool.
So,
Okay.
So here we have to check for every subarray possible in this array, and we have to give the maximum available here. So, but
definitely to generate every possible subarray, it will take n square time.
Yeah, the normal approach.
That is the brute force approach. Correct.
Yeah.
So you should say that. You should say that. I'm glad that you sold. Okay, if you had directly jumped into the solution, okay, that will give me a negative impression. Right.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So guys, did you understand the brute force approach? Hello. We'll be using two loops. One is will be starting from 0 to n. The other one is will be j will be starting from I, if I'm not wrong. Correct.
Yeah.
Rohan.
Yeah.
Right. And I can use a variable called sum or product, which will be initially 1, and you'll be doing this thing. Correct.
Yeah, and every time we are storing it for.
And you will be just checking whichever is maximum, you'll just store that I and j value. Yeah, you'll just store that product value, and you will be returning the product value at the end. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the code. This is pretty. So I hope no one is having any doubt in this particular code. Correct. But this guy is taking big of n square, which as an interviewer I didn't like it. So I'm asking this person to optimize it. Go ahead, Ron.
Okay. So first of all, going into solution, we have to know that whenever we are getting any negative value in sub array, then it will directly reduce our answer to the negative, the least negative possible. Let's say here in array, let's say 3 and minus 2. So so we are getting directly minus 6, which is the least possible.
Correct.
And we also know one thing is that whenever we are facing two minus product at a time, we will get
Hmm.
them positive number. That's the basic maths.
Okay, correct.
Okay.
So if you multiply two negative numbers, you will be getting a positive value. And if you multiply one positive or one negative, you will be getting a negative value. Agreed?
Okay.
Guys, are you following? Hello, guys. Okay. Okay. Go slow and try to explain. Okay.
Okay. So now our catch is to maintain some numbers in such a way that we should know the maximum answer, and same time we should also know the minimum answer, because the minimum answer possible would be minus or negative number.
Correct. Correct.
So the reason why we are doing it, so we are
Mhm.
just remembering every time that is there any minus possible. So why we are doing it, keeping the minus negative answer also in the check, because whenever we encounter any next element which is a minus negative one,
Okay.
so then that minus answer will be useful for us, because we know that we have to go for the maximum, and whenever the two minus cases are there, we will do its product and we will get that, and we will again check it for the max. So what we are
Right.
doing here, we
Let me
will
summarize what you just told again. So you're saying ki, so you have kind of divided the problem into smaller parts. Okay? You identified that ki while you're multiplying one element with the other element, you have identified that doesn't matter if it is a positive value, it doesn't matter what is the value of it, what is the magnitude of it, even if it's a big value like 3000, 4000. If you multiply it with a negative value, okay, at the end you will be getting only the negative value. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. And then you realize that ठीक है, doesn't matter what is the big value, it will become negative. ठीक है, negative मतलब बहुत नीचे भी जा सकता है, like सबसे नीचे वाला value हो सकता है, right?
Yeah.
And but again, doesn't matter if it is the minimum value, like very minimum value, but even if you're multiplying it with one, which is a negative one, okay, you'll be getting it completely as a positive value.
Yeah.
So just like we are doing in cadence algorithm, like how you're like summing up the values, okay, one after the other. And the moment you're getting a negative value, you're stopping. Like in the cadence algorithm, what are we doing? We're summing up these values one after the other, right? In this way. And the moment, guys, we're getting a negative value, we're stopping at that position because we are only searching for the maximum sum, right? And at that moment, what I thought is negative value, okay, plus doesn't matter what. It could be positive value, it could be negative value. Okay, doesn't matter whatever the next value is, this value is going to reduce my value at the end. If it's a positive value, it is going to get reduced. If it's a negative value, it is going to get reduced even further, right? So what I did is at that time, okay, I made the sum 0. I'm making sure ki I won't continue this sum any forward, right? I'll be starting the sum from here. That is the idea of cadence algorithm. Do you guys remember this thing? Just look at the analogy, right? I am keep on summing up the things. Okay. Moment I reached the negative value, I'm stopping there, because doesn't matter if it is a whatever big negative value or small negative value. The moment it is a negative value, okay, it is not going to add any value to me. So I'm abandoning that thing from there, and then I'm picking up the next element. That is the whole idea here. But a similar type of analogy is what Rohan is using. He's saying ki now I can't definitely leave the negative values, because that might be a less value, that might be a very negative value. Okay, but the moment I encounter another negative value and product that value also, it will become a positive value. So I should be noting down the most negative value, I should be noting down the most positive value as well. That is what Rohan is saying. Did I put the things what you told in a very clear manner, Rohan?
yes,
right? So that is how he's thinking. Okay, he's not wrong, just see how I'm connecting the analogy, right? At that time हमको maximum sum निकालना था, तो मैं sum करते जा रहा हूँ क्योंकि मुझे big of n में निकालना है वो चीज. I'm summing it up, right? The moment I'm getting a negative value, even if it is 1, okay, I'll keep it, because 1 added to any value will increase its value. You can see that 1 plus 3 is 4, right? It is increasing, right? In the same way, 1 plus 5 is 6, right? So, but if it is a -1, okay, doesn't matter what, it will make our value 6. But हमारा aim ही है to get the maximum sum. So negative won't help me in any way. So I'm abandoning it. But Rohan says कि यहाँ पे negative को मैं abandon नहीं करूँगा. Negative को मैं रखूँगा क्योंकि negative अगला negative आते ही वो बहुत बड़ा value बन जाएगा, which will at the end might give me a maximum product. That is what he's thinking, and I think he's right. Okay, but implementation, okay, socho, right? Continue, Rohan. But like if you guys understood what we're doing here and what you are doing here, right? So it is similar thing. You need to kind of multiply the things, and you'll be storing the maximum value. You'll be storing the minimum value as well. Minimum value, एक value से multiply करके it might become a very maximum value, right? So vice versa will happen. Okay, so you will be maintaining two variables. One will be holding the maximum value, another one will be holding the negative value. Continue, Rohan.
Okay, so again I'm explaining that why we are keeping the negative element in check, because we know that whenever the next negative element we will get, its product with the negative element will give you the maximum answer. Even the possibility that we having maximum right now, suppose anything, but suppose we get two negative, that answer will be the more than that maximum also. That's why we are
Correct.
keeping
Agreed.
the positive. In simple term, we are keeping the maximum product available and minimum product available.
Okay.
And okay, so to implement it, first of all, we considered two elements. Obviously, we're talking about max and min. So we will make one max and one min and one answer.
Okay.
Answer which we are going to
Oh.
output. So
Okay.
for that, we will initialize max to array the first element to max, and first element
Okay.
same value to the min also, and same value to
Okay.
answer also.
Okay, cool. Guys, are you seeing what like okay. Guys, देखो यहाँ पे like he's trying to dry run the code. ठीक है, let's see how it is working. Okay, go ahead, Rohan.
Okay, so now we have all three values here. So now we will start our loop. Okay, and the loop will
Okay.
obviously start with 1 and till n minus 1. So what we are checking, first of all, we will check whether the element we are getting on I is equal to 1 is negative or not, because this is the main thing here. So
Right,
whenever
it's a negative value.
yeah, negative means less than 0. So the time we are getting the negative value, what we have to do, we have to swap the max and min value with each other.
Okay.
Now question arises,
And
that
why we are doing?
okay, so why we are doing, so the reason is simple. We know that the max special ability of negative element is that whenever it will multiply with any number, specifically the negative one, it will increase its value to the max positive value possible.
Correct.
There are chances.
Correct.
So we know that we have the negative value right now in our hand at I is equal to 1. So we know that this number will make our both answers in opposite direction. We know that, like let's say we have maximum anything, and if you multiply with that maximum, it will obviously will become less than 0. This is the rule, like it's because it's negative. And same way, there is also a rule that if the min, which most likely we are having a negative, okay. So if it's negative, so we know that we have the negative element right now in our hand. So whenever we are getting it, if you multiply with the min, it will always give us the maximum value.
Cool.
Okay, so that's why we are checking it. Whenever we are encountering minus negative element, we have to just swipe the values of max and min. We have to do that.
Okay, so I'll be multiplying this to everyone, or what? For which variable I need to multiply it? And tell me why.
Okay, so now swipe. First of all, we will directly swap it, like just swap.
Okay, I swapped it.
Is,
so both of them are 3 now.
Yeah, no need. And now the game start. Now we have to update our max and min. So here we will check very simple that we will check. Let's say we are on max. Okay, so for max we will we will check whether that element is larger or the max into that element is larger, and then we will store in max.
Okay.
Let's again. I'm repeating. Let
me write it here. Cool. Continue.
Let's say we will use a max function, and we will send two values. One value is the element we are getting on I is equal to 1, and another value we are getting mx into that element.
Okay.
And then we will whichever the maximum value is, we will store in our max.
Okay, definitely. So you can see that it is 3, right? So it minus 6 is not greater. So I'll just store 3 here. Correct? Yeah. Okay. What about min?
And for min also we will do the same, but only we will use the math.min for the same, the array or at I is equal to 1, and also the min into that array element.
Okay. Okay. Got it. got it.
Yeah, we are doing it obviously after the swapping that.
So so I should be multiplying this thing, and like like the other case is 3 itself, right? So same thing is going here, it will become -6. Agreed?
Yeah.
Up next step batao.
And now we have get this answer. Now we will check, we will store our answer, whichever the maximum, our answer. We will check answer or max answer. This
Okay.
max or
Okay.
answer.
So let's update this to 3 because 3 is the maximum value.
Now again our loop will reset and it will go on I equal to 2.
Okay.
Then
It is
again,
-3 now.
yeah. Then again on I equal to 2, it will check is I equal to
It's a
2.
negative value.
Yeah, it's all again negative. Then again we will do the max and min swap.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, directly we do this. They do it.
Hmm.
And then again we will check whether the max value is which one is the max answer, max or max into that element, whichever the maximum value we will store in maximum.
6 or 18, right?
Yeah.
Whichever is maximum. So definitely, like I'll be putting 18 here.
Yep.
Right. And the same thing goes here. Is this 3 or 3 into 3? That is 9, -9.
Yeah.
Right. So -9 is here. So in a way, like you're trying to get the value. Okay. Like by multiplying one after the other, you're trying to get what is the maximum value that is possible and what is the minimum value that is possible, right?
Yeah.
And out of these things, I'm just pulling out whichever is maximum, right? In the
Yeah.
answer variable, right? At every point, you're just consolidating ki this is the maximum value. Okay. So guys, like you explained it in a very beautiful manner, Rohan. You have the concept clarity. I really like that. Okay. Okay. So like I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Okay. Aage, like you have like I didn't want you to explain the implementation as well. But guys, the whole concept here is you maintain two variables. One is the minimum value, other one is the maximum value. Okay. And yes, swap wala cheese, you can do it in another way also. Okay. Don't stress yourself much on the zero only, right? I mean, I'm sorry. Don't stress your much self on the swap only. Okay. You can do it in a different way also. Try to think. Okay. The whole concept is similar to cadence, where you are just giving up if it's a negative value, but you're storing it because a negative value can give us a great advantage, because multiplying another negative value will give a great advantage to us. Okay. So try to think, implement it. Okay. Now that you guys understood. Okay. Now that you guys understood, एक बार सोचो कि negative value होगा, how it will impact our maximum value, and अगर positive value होगा, how it will impact our maximum value. Why should we swap it? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में, right? So you need little thinking here. Okay. And like I thought today that like koi bhi solution ka, like I can like I won't be doing it completely. Okay. So like these are the hints that you guys have received. Okay. These are kind of solutions. Okay. Coding is not very difficult once you realize what is the procedure, right? So that's it, guys. Okay. And again, like you should also keep in mind that you're supposed to get the continuous subarray, right? Correct?
Yep.
Right. So that is the reason why you're maintaining these variables. Okay. At any point, even if it's a negative value, positive value, okay. So अगर वो zero हो जाएगा, तब क्या करना है एक बार सोचना, क्योंकि zero एक बार हो गया तो उसको multiply जितना भी करो, everything will be zero, right? So that is one case that you need to think on your own. ठीक है. एक बार zero हो गया, समझ लो कि zero आ गया, I wanted to stop him, लेकिन एक बार सोचना zero आ गया, zero multiply हो गया, अब कोई भी value multiply करो वो zero ही रहेगा ना, तो क्या करना चाहिए? मुझे zero को छोड़ना चाहिए, correct, to get the maximum value. Correct Harish, correct, you're correct, right? Because यहाँ पे 3 हो, 4 हो, 7 हो, it could be 100 also, ठीक है, but 0 multiplied with anything will be 0, right? So I should leave this 0 and move, like I kind of need to get the subarray, right? So everyone try it. ठीक है. नहीं हो पाया कोई नहीं, just try to do it, मतलब try to implement on your own. ठीक है. You'll be getting, definitely we'll code few questions today. ठीक है. But I think you guys need to work on this a little. Okay. So on a whole, let me explain you. You'll be maintaining two variables. One is maximum value and the one is minimum value. Okay. And maximum value will be storing the maximum subarray product that you got here, and minimum value will be just telling what is the minimum product that you got till here, right? And at any point you have two decisions to make. Okay, it could be possible that the minimum value might become maximum, or maximum value might become minimum, right? Because minimum value will be a negative value, right? And if you multiply a negative value with negative value, it can become a huge value. So that is the reason why you maintain two variables. Okay. Okay. So try to think. Okay. At every point, ये चीज सोचो कि you will be getting the maximum value out of these two variables. Okay. So once you crack this down, then you can do it. Okay. Answer will be 18, na? You already found out 18, correct? So thanks, man, Rohan. You you have the clarity. You know how to explain it, and I really like this. Is by far the best explanation I ever heard.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks a lot.
So yeah, keep it up and do keep working. Okay. So it will really help you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So yeah. So guys, try karo. Okay. Try to think of these things I told you, right? So the how you twist the solutions in such a way. Dekho, learning just the cadence algorithm is one part. Okay, anyone can learn it, anyone can reproduce it in the exam, right? But getting how why you're getting a subarray ka sum just by using a single array, single iteration, मतलब single loop use करके subarray का maximum sum कैसे find कर रहा है? That logic is what important is. ठीक है? Cadence में you're getting maximum subarray, right? By just one loop, right? You can definitely, some people are saying I'm doing it using prefix product or suffix product, correct? You can do that, but you're using an extra space, right? So this is the most optimized, like the thing Rohan told is the most optimized one, because you're just using two variables, which is amounting to big of one space, right? Some people are doing it in this way, cool, okay? But like this is the ultimate thing which you need to learn, right? Okay, so acha, prefix product without that. Okay, let's see guys, but this will cause problem with zero na. Try to think in that way कि zero के साथ ये चीज problem हो सकता है. ठीक है, we'll see. Try everyone. ठीक है, I'm giving one more day time for your assignment. ठीक है, and let's see the different type of questions in different ways. ठीक है, so then you have top view of binary tree. ठीक है, longest distinct characters. Distinct का बात आती है, you think of in hash map, right guys? Right, and then count distinct elements in a sliding window. Acha, this is another good question of sliding window. There's another question where you're supposed to tell. So did anyone do this, guys? Already we did it in the class, right? Count distinct elements in every window. ठीक है, तो window का size भी fixed है ना? तो you just use two pointers. You need to slide the window. मतलब you need to slide I, you need to slide J, right? And when you're sliding J, you're adding a new element into your sliding window. So you'll add it into a hash map, right? While sliding I, you're removing one element. So you'll decrease that frequency. And if the frequency falls to zero, you'll remove that element. And every time you'll just look the hash map size. Do you guys agree? Just see how I put it in an English statement, है ना? ऐसे बताओगे तुम इंटरव्यूअर को भी, ठीक है? You won't be saying कि मैं एक लूप लूंगा, I'll be doing I++, I'll be doing J++. नहीं, I'll be checking. No, it should be in a way कि you should understand it. Yeah, you can do it, Rohan. Definitely you can do it. ठीक है? Using an n size array also you can do it. क्योंकि like at every point, whenever 0, 1 हो रहा है, you'll be increasing a count variable. अगर कोई भी value 0 हो रहा है, you'll be decreasing that count variable. Correct? ठीक है? Anyway is fine. ठीक है? And you can see that n value is 10 power 5, so you can definitely use an array instead of a hash map. Agreed, guys? Try these questions. ठीक है? Very good questions है ये सब. Invert binary tree कोई किया? Did anyone do this? Anyone faced any issue with this? हेलो, कोई भी नहीं किया? See guys, invert binary tree में you have a binary tree like this. You're supposed to get the mirror image if I'm not wrong. ठीक है, मतलब अगर यहाँ पे एक mirror है, so how does it look? 1 will be looking here, 2 will be looking here, right? 3 will be looking here, and you can see that it will be looking towards 4 in this way. Agreed? You're supposed to return this, right? Guys, hello, right? So इसमें like मेरे हिसाब से ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं, ठीक है? Like if you have called this function of invert, let me just open it. ये बहुत simple है, ठीक है? So अगर अभी भी नहीं है तो like might be you are facing an issue with this, ठीक है? ये देखो, like you have a method that is called invert that is taking root and assume, recursion का magic समझो कि assume that this is working, right? Invert मेरे को एक रूट लेगा और उसको इन्वर्ट करके दे देगा, ऐसे एज्यूम कर रहा हूं मैं, ठीक है? तो अगर मेरे पास ऐसा ट्री है, ठीक है, आई एम एज्यूमिंग इट विल वर्क फॉर रूट डॉट लेफ्ट, इन्वर्ट रूट डॉट लेफ्ट एंड रूट डॉट राइट एज वेल, करेक्ट? वेरी सिंपल, एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में, रूट डॉट राइट के लिए और रूट डॉट दोनों में काम करेगा, राइट? सो आई एम एज्यूमिंग after I called this thing on my right part, it will revert it and it will give me in this way, correct guys? And this guy will be same, right? He will give me in this way, 3 की तरह रहेगा, ये revert हो जाएगा. जो मैं करना चाहता था, like whatever I want to do it on this tree, that is done on its subtree is what I'm assuming. उसके बाद क्या करना है? You have 1 here, right? And you know that this is reverted, this is reverted. Now what you'll do is you will just point this guy to the left and this guy to the right, right? इसका मतलब it will look something like this. That is the only thing that you need to do, right guys? Do you agree? Like this function, right? Listen to this. Yeah, Shubh, listen to this. Okay, this function is working, is what I'm assuming. It will work for its subtree, left subtree. It will work for its right subtree. It has reverted it. Okay, ये ऐसे होता था, ऐसे बन गया. I'm assuming it is working. How it is working? It will work because of the assumption I'm making that is working and write one statement. Correct? The statement is nothing but कि right subtree को left पे कर दो, left subtree को right पे कर दो. Shubh, did you understand? Right? तो देखो, let me just write it in a PPT in a much better manner. ठीक है? Invert tree ना, let me write it. Invert में like समझ लो, I have some value like 3 is like this, 4 and 2 is having something like this, that is 5. This is a tree, cool tree, अच्छा लग रहा है देखने में, है ना? तो देखो, what I'm saying is कि you are calling an invert of root. Root मतलब you are just calling for this function. I will call invert on invert dot root dot left. I'll call it for invert root dot right. This guy invert root dot right will return this tree in an inverted fashion. ठीक है? मतलब ऐसा हो सकता है कि this guy might be having a 6th value, मतलब invert करके देगा. Invert क्या होता है इसका? Like if at all I asked you to invert this particular tree, what it will be looking like, guys? It will be looking like this, na? 6 will be here, 5 will be here. I'm assuming it is working. ठीक है? So this guy will return me something like this. And this guy will be returning something like this. 3 will be pointing here. It is working, I'm assuming. उसके बाद only thing I need to do is कि left वाले को right पे point कराना होगा and right वाले को left after they get reverted. बस, can you see this is exactly what I want? And this thing will happen recursively. So just because of our assumption, everything is working. Right? Base case सोचो तुम लोग, base case क्या होगा? Base case क्या होगा? Null है तो क्या होगा? है ना? Null will be the at the end सब null पे call करेंगे ना? वही होगा base case guys. Hello. Right? Even if it is a skewed binary tree, it will work. ठीक है? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. Skewed binary tree है, ठीक है? Even in that case, ठीक है? I'll call invert on this particular function. ठीक है? This will call, I'll call invert on this function root dot left, that is null. So I won't get anything. I'll be getting null in return. But if I call invert on root dot right, I'm assuming this is working. How it is working? It is inside happening, right? So this guy will return me a skewed binary tree in this way, correct? So at the end, I just need to make invert dot left point to my left node. Right wala ko left point kara dunga. So it is just one step extension, right? The same thing will go here. This guy will be calling its right, and it will assume that it will return. This guy will be calling here, right? It won't be changed, but this will be put here. The same way, this thing will be put on the left part. In the same way, here, this will be put on the left part. Are you getting how it will work? Every guy is assuming it is working, and at the end, this will be the base case where it won't make any change, but he will be put on the left side. In that way, it will be working. Correct? Let me just code it. Okay. It might be looking a little confusing to you. Code nahi kiya to. Okay. So let me just code it. So I'm assuming it is working, right? So what I'll be doing is, okay, I'll be just getting what is the node of the left, है ना? Sub left. I'll be calling it as sub left, है ना? To avoid the confusion. Sub left is nothing but invert of root dot left. And then you have something called sub right invert root dot right. Right? You have something called sub left and sub right. ठीक है? So at the end मुझे ये करना है कि I'm assuming left subtree पूरा invert हो गया, right subtree पूरा invert हो गया. अभी मुझे ये दोनों को invert करना है, right? मतलब root dot left को right subtree रख दूंगा जो भी invert हुआ है, right? And right subtree ko I'll be putting everything as sub left, right? And then I'll return root. But this is how I'm doing it. And definitely base case is going to be null. Root is equals to null. If at all root is equals to null, I'll return null. Or I can return root also. Again, because root is null, so I can return null or root. Anything is fine. Look at this, guys. Look at this beauty. Like you're calling the same function on the left side so that left subtree is completely inverted, and then on the right subtree is completely inverted. उसके बाद right subtree को left में लगा दिया, left subtree को right में लगा दिया, and it is happening everywhere. है ना? Like, shall I dry run it once? है ना? तो इसमें देखो एक बार 1 ऐसे ही रहेगा, ठीक है? 1 में कोई चेंज नहीं होगा. लेफ्ट पे कॉल करेगा, राइट? यू कैन सी दैट लेफ्ट पे कॉल होगा, लेफ्ट उसका लेफ्ट पे कॉल करेगा जो नल है, नल रिटर्न हो जाएगा. राइट पे कॉल करेगा जो नल है, नल रिटर्न हो जाएगा. ये नल इसको पॉइंट करेगा, ये नल इसको पॉइंट करेगा, डजंट मैटर, एवरीथिंग इज नल, राइट? सो दिस गाय विल बी रिटर्न, राइट? रूट डॉट लेफ्ट ये है, सो दिस इज रिटर्न, ठीक है? ये सब लेफ्ट है, राइट? नाउ यू आर हियर, दिस इज बीइंग कॉल्ड, ठीक है? यहाँ पे दिस गाय विल बी कॉलिंग, मतलब दिस इज द राइट root dot right of this thing, ठीक है? But for this particular call, root dot left will be called, that is this particular thing. Again, similar to this, you will be called, ठीक है? This is sub left of this particular thing, this particular call, s left, and this is s right, right? And then they will be swapped, right? So this will become null, and this will become 4, and this will become sub right for this particular outer chord, right? You can see that iska structure pura badal gaya. This got inverted, right? The same way this got inverted, but it is not making any difference, right? So sub right ko I'll make it point to sub left, that is like this, and sub left ko I'll make point to right node. So this is how it is looking. Don't you guys agree ki this is what I want, right? Hello, everyone. Correct? So this will work. This code will work. Let me just run the code. I think I need something like this. Let me copy it. Let me run. यार बहुत लोग पूछ रहे हो यार ये चीज, तुम लोग को रियलाइज नहीं हो क्या अब तक कैसे काम कर रही है? How this is working? Didn't you guys realize what's happening? Hello? Didn't you guys realize what's happening? Okay, this is nothing but level order traversal, right? It goes to 1, 2, 3, null, null, right? 4, right? Null, and then null, and then null. This is the tree. I made the tree out of this input. Nothing but level order traversal. Correct? Guys, is this making sense? Hello? Okay, you can do it in level order also, but again, to do it in a level order traversal, okay, there is no point in going for pre-order, right? ये pre-order हो गया ना, pre-order मतलब stack लगेगा, right? Instead of that, try to do it using level order traversal, iteratively. Level order में डालना, like this tree को level order में डालना, right? Pull it out, right? You'll pull 2 and 3, right? So make these guys, ठीक है? You know what is left, you know what is right? So उसको मैं उल्टा कर दो, right? इसी टाइम पे उल्टा कर दो, इसको इस पे पॉइंट करा दो, इसको इससे पॉइंट करा दो, एंड देन पुश देम, ठीक है? फिर 3 पहले आएगा, 2 बाद में आएगा, राइट? सेम थिंग, 3 को पॉप करते वक्त 4 को आगे रखो, उसके बाद नल को रखो, एंड उसके बाद वापस स्वैप करना. So you run away putting 4 here, and then you're putting 1 here and then 2 here, right? So while taking level order also you can swap it. Correct, Prabha, right? If you're doing a DFS, it means that you're using recursion. Recursion मतलब recursive stack use कर रहे हो. अगर तुम iteratively कर रहे हो, right? You should be doing like you should be using a explicit stack. This is a question that is asked to me in a Viva, ठीक है? कि ऐसे like some question is given मैं some DFS का question है, मतलब basically कुछ DP का पता नहीं, याद नहीं मुझे question, काफी साल हो गया. तो the same question, so the interviewer has asked me कि can you do it using a queue, ऐसे पूछा था मेरे से. तो मतलब नहीं, can you do it using a level order traversal, ऐसे कुछ तो पूछा था. It is not a level order traversal question, उसके लिए like stack लगेगा, ठीक है? तो the answer is कि no sir, I cannot do it using a level order traversal because I need an explicit, like I can do it in an iterative manner, but I need an stack that is defined by me, ठीक है? I cannot use a stack. Without the stack, this problem is not possible. And in the recursion, stack will be there internally, right? So we are going for recursion, ठीक है? ऐसे बोलना पड़ेगा. That is the correct way to answer that question. तो तुम्हें like सोचना ही नहीं चाहिए, मतलब पहले स्टेटमेंट ये होगा कि स्टैक की जरूरत पड़ती है इस क्वेश्चन में, तो मैं इधर रिकर्सिवली करूंगा या मैं आइटरेटिवली करूंगा लेकिन रिकर्शन यूज करूंगा, आइटरेटिवली करूंगा लेकिन मैं स्टैक यूज करूंगा. लेकिन क्यू के साथ दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजंस दैट यू शुड नो, है कि नहीं? Guys, is this clear? Hello? ये सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, राइट? So I've just done it, so to reduce the load. Drain some query, guys. For some great question, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. Drain some query कोई कर नहीं पाया? हेलो? मत बोलो यार नहीं कर पाया. दिस इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ना विच वी डिस्कस्ड इन 2 pointers, है ना. हाउ टू डू फोरसम, दैट इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन, है ना. फोरसम बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है. मतलब मुझे काफी टाइम लगा था ये करने में, ठीक है. तो लाइक इट्स अ गुड क्वेश्चन, मैं आइडिया दे सकता हूँ, ठीक है. ठीक है, पहला आइडिया तो ये हो गया कि यू कैन, अरे शिट, you can do it using 3 loops. Do you guys agree that you can do it using 3 loops and you don't use 4 loops? फोरसम n क्यूब में कर सकते हो करके कितने लोग एग्री करते हो? एग्री नहीं करते हो बताओ, कितने लोग एग्री करते हो? हेलो, why there's no response? राइट, कैसे करोगे यार, कोई बता सकते हो क्या? लाइक द पीपल हु आर एग्रीइंग, कैन एनीवन टेल मी हाउ यू आर डूइंग? गगन, कैन यू टेल मी? So guys, foresum में you basically need to get 4 variables, I of j, I of I of k, or I of m या I of n, जो भी है. 4 values from the array that are summing up to k value. Am I correct? Is this the question, guys? Hello? ये सबका सम होना चाहिए k, है ना. तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, एक तो लाइक सबसे बेसिक अप्रोच ये होगा कि n to the power of 4, है ना, 4 नेस्टेड लूप यूज करूंगा. This guy will be running from I, ठीक है. This guy will be like I plus 1 शायद, है ना. This guy will be running, m will be running from j plus 1 and another nested loop will be running from m plus 1. Do you guys agree? This is the first brute force approach, ठीक है. ये I J M N का वैल्यूज देख लो और जो भी कंपेयर कर रहे हैं वो करो. तो this is the obvious approach. I hope you guys are able to do it in this way, है ना. करेक्ट. What I'm saying is कि n क्यूब में कैसे करोगे, that is the question. n क्यूब में कैसे करोगे? सिंपल है, ठीक है. एक लूप यू यूज इट, ठीक है, राइट. अदर लूप यू यूज इट, ठीक है, एंड अदर लूप, ठीक है. यहाँ पे यू ऑलरेडी फाउंड 2 एलिमेंट्स, है ना. सो यू हैव i, यू हैव j, ठीक है. अभी मुझे m और m फाइंड करना है, राइट, राइट. एंड दैट नीड टू बी बिकम इक्वल टू k. आई ऑलरेडी हैव दिस 2, ठीक है. सो आई नीड टू फाइंड 2 वेरिएबल्स, ठीक है, that are just these 2. This is the sum. So don't you think this is a 2 sum question now? Hello? 2 sum question हो गया ना ये. Alpha plus beta is equals to k value, है ना. So if you will just need to sort the array, ठीक है, sort करो और उसके बाद while loop लगाओ m less than n का, right, and just check based upon whatever the value is कि based upon that m plus plus या n minus minus करो. Guys, this is what we did in 3 sum, right? We know how to do, हाँ, we know how to do 3 sum question को. We did it using n cube easily, है ना, 3 nested loop. लेकिन we did it in n square. How? Using that 2 sum problem, है ना. तो एक loop लगेगा to get the a of I and बाकी 2 element a of j and a of k will be giving the sum minus a of I. तो ये वैल्यू को like it is like a 2 sum problem, right? So n square में हो गया, right? But again 3 sum में भी you need to sort it. Are you guys following what I'm saying? या मैं बोलते जा रहा हूँ? Hello? I hope you guys are following, right? है ना. तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि इसको भी कर सकते हैं ऐसे 2 लूप लगाना इसमें, right? और 2 sum वाला प्रॉब्लम चलाना हो जाएगा, right? So this is n cube. So do now everyone agree, ठीक है, कि 3 n cube में हो जाएगा ये क्वेश्चन. Do anyone want to differ with me कि नहीं n cube में नहीं होगा, इससे ज्यादा ही लगेगा ना, राइट. लेकिन इस क्वेश्चन n क्यूब में भी नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है. इसको करना है n स्क्वायर में. एंड दिस इज नॉट अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन. यहाँ पे इजी दिया है, शायद इजी इसीलिए दिया है क्योंकि ये n क्यूब में चल जाएगा. ठीक है, इसीलिए शायद इजी दिया है, बट इट इज नॉट इजी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, इसको n स्क्वायर में करना पड़ेगा. अब सोचो यार कैसे करोगे, थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा तुम लोग को. ठीक है, you need to use a hash map. I'm giving a hint. ठीक है, hash map यूज करना पड़ेगा तुम लोग. hash map में you will be storing the sum and pair of the indices that are produced at sum, I and j. दो चीज करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, और जब तुम दो लूप यूज करके लाइक ट्राई टू थिंक. ठीक है, मैं आई वोंट टेल द होल सॉल्यूशन लाइक, लेकिन सोचो थोड़ा. ठीक है, ठीक है. सो एक बार ट्राई टू थिंक कि हाउ यू कैन डू इट. ठीक है, तो मेरे हिसाब से तुम लोग को ऐसे करना चाहिए. ठीक है, राइट, यू विल नीड टू क्रिएट अ हैश मैप दैट इज गिविंग द सम ऑफ, मतलब पहले सॉर्ट कर दो, उसके बाद ट्राई टू गेट व्हाट इज द सम ऑफ लाइक i और j का सम हुआ है, तो सम को मैप करो उन दोनों इंडिसेस के लिए. यू कैन यूज एन एरे, यू कैन यूज अ लिस्ट. ठीक है, मतलब की विल बी एन इंटीजर एंड इट विल बी अ लिस्ट ऑफ इंटीजर्स. इसमें दो एलिमेंट्स होंगे विच आर द इंडिसेस. एग्रीड गाइस? हेलो, guys? Yeah, I think you should have maintained. Hello, is there any like why are you not responding? I think you should maintain list of lists actually, क्योंकि there could be multiple lists, right, which are having the same मतलब sum, correct? Hello, right? So you can either do a thing like list of a pair value. ठीक है, you can use that, or list of lists is also fine, right? तो अभी मुझे बस ये करना है कि I need to generate what two values. ठीक है, by using two loops. I need to generate two variables using two loops, and I'll just check what is the sum. Sum is a of I plus a of j, है ना? तो ये जो sum मिला है, ठीक है, k minus that sum क्या present है इस मैप में? map dot contains k minus sum. Like this is first part of creating the hash map where sum is being mapped to the indices, right? And in the other part, you're just using that map क्योंकि देखो, like the sum of these two and sum of any other two should be equal to k, right? So it's something like I of j plus I of j plus I of m plus I of n should be equals to k, right? So I found out some, this is as sum. Okay, I'm just checking k minus sum is already present or not in the array. If it is present, I should make sure that this indices are not same as this indices or anyone is overlapping, because I want everything to be distinct. So I'll go through all of the list, okay, and I'll just check that indices, okay, if they are same or not. If they are not same, then बस बन गया बात. Correct? Correct? This is like a two-sum question, right? This is like exactly like a two-sum question using hash map. If you remember, two-sum को हम hash map के साथ भी कहते हैं ना, like alpha plus beta equals to k है. So we have stored all alphas, right? And beta ko while we are finding, we are just doing it, correct? K minus beta. Same thing we are doing it with two variables, so n square. Correct? Space कितना लगेगा? हाँ, definitely वो लगेगा, but again sums could be really मतलब different ना, तो space काफी लगेगा actually. Try to think कितना लगेगा. Like even if every value is producing distinct elements, so it will be n square ना. So n square some number होंगे, right? So you need to हाँ, So, Rennie, I think you should be working with duplicates here only. ठीक है? तो duplicates के बारे में सोचो कि I, J, and whatever you're getting, they should be completely different from each other. That is the first point. ठीक है? And you'll put them into, like, you can sort that array and put that into a particular list of lists or something. ठीक है? Are you getting it, guys? Hello? Okay, so we have done the two sum question in two different ways. One is using a hash map, and the other one is sort karo for 2 pointers. Correct? So this particular method we have used it in 3 sum, right? But now we are going this for the 4 sum. My approach, how you are just storing sum ke against, you're storing 2 variables, 2 indices, right? And the same thing I'm just checking if it is present. If it is present, get those values and just check if they are same or not. बस try it, you guys can do it. ठीक है, अगर कर भी नहीं पाया कोई बात नहीं, like this is not a question that I'm expecting you guys to do it, but I'm definitely expecting you guys to do the n square n cube approach. वो तो करना ही पड़ेगा तुम लोग को, है ना? So I think let's discuss the LCA problems. ठीक है? Or do you want to continue with the or do you want to continue with the Diwali assignment, guys? Hello? Let's take a break actually. ठीक है? Like काफी overload हो गया, काफी सारे questions कर लिया, right? Let's take a 15-minute break. 10:30 को आता है, ठीक है? है ना? 10:30, 10:35 को आता है, ठीक है? Have your lunch, ठीक है? Relax yourself. ठीक है? We'll be back. Don't leave the class, ठीक है? So we'll be back from 10:30 to 10:35. ठीक है? Okay. Bye bye. Hello. Hi guys. Hi. I hope you had a good break. So group anagrams, I think we done it, right? Like group anagrams, you're supposed to list the lists of, right? List the lists of integers, correct? Right, where each list is having anagrams, same type of anagrams. So how do you do that? You'll use a key that is a string, okay, which will be pointing to list of strings, correct? It's not integer, it should be strings, right? So what is that identifying key? That is nothing but sorted version of every list of strings, right? Hello. Okay, no worries. एक test case problem है ना? I think we already identified that, right? So I'll fix that. No worries. ठीक है, but if your logic is true, ठीक है, don't worry about the test cases. अगर तुम like even if you're in the in giving a company's test, even in that case, you should not be worrying about that because उस टाइम पे भी ad score मिल जाएगा तुम लोग को, right? So just focus on the thing कि you're right in every way, you're not missing any edge case, any base case, है ना? If you're confident with that, then it's cool, ठीक है? So stay in the class, ठीक है? So we'll do this question, guys. We have a question called longest common, LCA, right? It is nothing but least common ancestor of BST, correct? So this is a good question which I wanted to discuss. Don't leave the class, it's important, right? So let me just open that question. Right, this is a question, right? So this is present in the module, is that true? Module में था? हाँ, module में था, right? So I'll just see this question for you, okay? Okay, so guys, tell me, like, did you guys understand what is the tree, right? What is a binary search tree, right? And what is the least common ancestor, right? So I hope you guys understood that. Okay, so let me just create a 4, 3, 15 and 6. Okay, let me just right. So my question is ki, if you have a tree like this, right, and if at all someone says what is the least common ancestor of 3 and 6, what is the answer, guys? It should be 4, correct? Guys, anyone? Why is everyone so silent? Are you guys back from the break or abhi bhi khana kha rahe ho? Hello? Right, you're back, right? So least common ancestor of 3 and 6, ek bar dekho, like try to move it from here to root, and yahan pe bhi if you move, this is the intersection point, so this will be the LCA. Do you guys agree? Right? So that's what happens, okay? Right, and similarly LCA of 3, 15 is also 4, right? LCA of 1, 4, what is the LCA of 1, 4? It should be 2, right? Right, so वैसे ही LCA of 0, 3, where is 0? 0 is here, यहाँ पे -1 है, ठीक है? So 0 और 3 का 2 है, right? What is the LCA of 4 and 15? Can anyone tell me? Four, right? So someone is asking, Raviteja is asking, why not 2 for 3 and 15? See, for 3 and 15, okay, so what are the ancestors, right? So this guy is a common ancestor, right? This guy is also a common ancestor, but the lowest common ancestor is this one, right? The one that is near to both of them. That is the lowest common ancestor, correct, Raviteja? So it's not just, you can call it as nearest ancestor, correct, Harish? So yeah, I agree that 2 is also a common ancestor, but 4 is close to both of them, right? So it is like lowest common ancestor because this is the first ancestor that they are coming from, right? For 4 and 15, it is 4 because you can see that this itself will become an ancestor of this, right? So you just try to imagine कि जिसका ancestor चाहिए उससे just try to make a line towards root. यहाँ से root तक जाने की कोशिश करो. The moment they meet, that will be your ancestor, right? So in terms of 4, यहाँ से यहाँ तक मिलाने की कोशिश करो और 15 से यहाँ तक मिलाने की कोशिश करो. You can see that this is the first intersection point, so this will be the ancestor. Agreed? Hello. -1 और 6 का क्या होगा? -1 और 6 का 2 होगा ना ब्रो तुषार? 2 होगा ना? Is this making sense, guys? Right? So this is the definition of lowest common ancestor, right? So we'll discuss about normal binary tree. We are talking about only BST right now. Okay? So you can see that this is not a BST, right? Definitely. So let me just make it a BST. Now this is a BST. Agreed? Okay, I made a BST. My question is, how do you find a lowest common ancestor? That is the question. How do you find it? Of two values दे दिया, उन दोनों का lowest common ancestor क्या है? कैसे find करोगे? That is the question. एक बार सोचो. In BST, ठीक है? I'm strictly talking about BST. I'm not talking about general tree. General tree के लिए है एक algorithm which will run in big O and time. ठीक है? So which we can discuss after this, but let's talk about this first. How do you do it, guys? Try to think. 2 minute time दे रहा हूँ. सोचो इसके बारे में थोड़ा. Let me take a simpler example if you want. Correct, Harish, you're correct. Okay, so let me just take a simple example of this as a BST. Right, you can have a simple BST like 6, 8, 7, 9. This is a BST, right? Agreed? You can see that at every point you have a value less and then you have a value greater than it on the right part, right? Same thing with this 6 as well. Correct? Hello? So if you want to get a LCA of 7,9, that is nothing but 8, right? So you're supposed to, like, you are given these two values and you're supposed to return a value that is an ancestor, lowest common ancestor. Correct? How do you do it? That is the question. Right? So guys, मतलब एक बार ये just look at this thing, ठीक है? Ancestor is going to be in like somewhere in between, right? मतलब just try to see कि this is because of binary search tree, obviously, right? कि you are here at this point, ठीक है? You are at root, ठीक है? You can see that like definitely 6 is not, ठीक है? 6 is less than 7 and 6 is also less than 9, correct? So both the nodes are going to be present on the right subtree is what I concluded. Guys, just look at this. I'm at a root and I have compared my root with these two values. And I realized that key this value, this value, like both these values are supposed to be on the right side of the subtree, right? So lowest common ancestor कब होता है? जब एक वैल्यू है उसका लेफ्ट में और उसका राइट में, ठीक है? दो, like one guy is from the left and another guy is from the right, only then, ठीक है? So I'm just talking about the normal case. I'm not talking about the case where like itself is a BST. We'll cover that as well, ठीक है? So what I'm saying is कि like एक तरफ से you need a left value and दूसरी तरफ से you need a higher value, right? So, but you can see that both of them are greater than the 6. So both of them are on the right subtree. Do you agree? Hello? So what I'll do is I'll go to right. I am here at this position. Okay. Even at this position, you can see that at 8 also you can see that 8 is greater than 7 but less than 9. Correct? Guys, agreed? Right? So this is in between them, right? So this could be a potential candidate, right? This could be a candidate. To be honest, this is the value. Okay. But there's no point in going any further, to be honest, because from one side you're getting another value and the other side you're getting other value, and that is the point, right? You can't find any value that is lowest than this. Correct? If you go to right, you'll be missing this. If you go to left, you'll be missing this. So this is the point where you're getting it. Do you guys agree? All right. So you can just try it with any value. Just tell me with this value. एक बार कोई भी दो notes बताओ. Like if you want to check for 3 and 6, ठीक है? LC of 3 and 6. I'm at this position. 2 is less than 3. 2 is less than 6 as well. So both of them are on the right subtree. So I'll go here. I'm at this position. Now I can see that 4 is less than 3. I'm sorry, 4 is greater than 3, but 4 is less than 6, right? So it is at a point where one value is going to the left subtree, other value is going to the right subtree. Correct? So that is the lowest common ancestor. Don't you agree? Hello? Right? So that is like the moment you encounter it, there's no need to go in further, right? So if you go further, it might be a case where like you'll be definitely missing one of the values, so you don't go further, right? So you'll stop there, and that will be the lowest common ancestor. So कोई भी value ले लो, like any value, just take. Okay, for example, if you have a value like 7, if you have a value like I can't have any value here. It can be only 2.5, right? So what is an LCA of 2.5 and 15, right? Definitely 2 is not the answer because you need to go to right. If you go right, and this is the point where you are finding it, right, from both the sides. So this will be answer. Do you agree? Right? What is the value for 0 and 3? 0 and 3 ke liye 2 will be the answer, right? So you are at 2 and you can see that 2 is less than, this will be satisfied. So 2 is the answer. You'll directly return from here, right? So in log n time, you're able to find it. Okay, but you just need to traverse left or right in that way. Correct? So let me just make the assumptions here. So first thing is root dot value is less than the lower value. ठीक है? देखो दो वैल्यू है, ठीक है? एक p एक q है, दोनों में एक लोअर होगा, समझ लो p is lower, ठीक है? If the root dot value is lower than the lower value, ठीक है? It's definitely lower than the higher value, right? Do you guys agree? These both go in hand, correct? Right? So I can say that I need to go to right to get this root value in between them, correct? Lower and higher value. Do you agree? Hello? Right? Similarly, if root dot value is greater than the higher value, it will be definitely greater than the lower value as well. So if this condition occurs, I'll go to right. I'll go to left because I want to decrease the value. Agreed? Hello? Right? और एक और वैल्यू होता है जिसमें like low is less than or equal to root dot value and root dot value is less than or equal to higher value, right? If this is the case, okay, I can directly return root. But this is the algorithm, guys. बस यही है to find an LCA of BST. Might be looking कि ये क्या चीज है, but like you're doing it from bottom, from the top, and you're going to the position and they are stopping. बस यही है code. This is the code. These are the three cases. This is the first case, second case, this is the third case where you're returning it. Do you agree? I'll code it, no worries. Again, chota code, we can code it, but like, do anyone have any doubt still? Any doubt that is left pending? Right? So just because I'm using this thing, okay, less than or equal to, the case of 0, 4 and 5, 15 is also handled. Don't you agree? Right? The case which we are talking about, okay, the case which you are talking about, that is what is the LCA of 0 and 1, right? That is handled, right? It should be 1, right? So definitely, even if it is equal to also, then you're returning, correct? Guys, again, right? So let me just code it for you guys, because so it will be clear. Okay, where is that LCA, right? So you have LCA. Let me just open Java only. Okay, so I can see that like these guys are constructing the BST in a very good manner. So this is how I constructed BST. Do you guys agree? याद है तुम्हें लोग को ये चीज? Right? So what he's doing is he's taking an array, right? He's sorting it, right? And he's picking up the middle element and creating a BST out of it. Hello, I told you this thing, right? How you can create a BST from an array, right? You will pick up the middle element, and left element will be all the less elements, and the right element will be all the greater elements than the middle element, and then you return the root. Do you remember this, guys? So that you will not only form a BST, you will form a balanced BST. Agreed? Hello, ये balanced BST है. तो अभी तुम्हें समझ में आ रहा होगा ये सब चीजें. देखो, like he's taking an input, he's taking a binary search tree as a class, he's creating the construct. ठीक है, उसके बाद LCA करके एक method है we are using, right? So we are supposed to kind of do the same thing. ठीक है, so let me just do that. ठीक है, so we have n1 and we have n2, right? So let me just write it down here, right? So let me just have a value like int a. Wait, guys. Int a is equals to minimum of n1 and n2. Okay, because I'm not sure if you already left minimum right liya ki nahi. I don't think they took it as minimum and right. Okay, so I need to do this thing. Okay, minimum of n1 comma n2, right? In the same way, int equals to b equals to math dot max of n1 dot n2, right? We missed in BST, creating BST. Okay, Rohan, yeah, definitely. Okay, so that comes into the higher picture, right? So right now we are just doing it in a LC and that thing. So even that is a good question. Take creation of BST using post order and in order traversal. So there are or anything, take a pre-order or in order, right? So this is a really good question, guys. Okay, so you have so this will be I thought of teaching it later, take after this BST. But cool, just listen this, guys. You have arrays, 2 arrays. One is pre-order traversal, another one is in order traversal. Okay. For one pre-order traversal, I can create multiple trees. Do you agree? Okay. But for the same pre-order traversal and the in order traversal, दोनों ही combined में उसके लिए एक ही tree बनेगा. Only one tree will be made. Correct? And it is of a BST. Okay. So they are just asking us to construct the BST out of these two things. So that is the question. एक बार सोचो, ठीक है? I can give you a hint कि this is L and R, this is N L R, right? So the first value, and this will be the value, right? You need to divide it based on the value where it is, where you found it. Okay, and these will be like, it will be similar to the sorted array, but thing is that you will be bifurcating this array, not the middle element, not based on the middle element, but on the node element. Correct? So we'll see that, do that question. Okay, it's a good question. Now we have a minimum element and the maximum element, right? So let me just create a helper function which will be returning what we want. Again, so let me just return helper LCA, and I'll be passing the same thing as I'm passing here, but with A and B, as these are sorted values, correct? So let me do that. So it is going to be node helper LCA, and this will be taking a node, this will be taking A, and this will be taking B, right? And now I'll be just running this thing. Okay, how I'll be doing? So it's simple, right? So if root, if node dot value, you can call it as root, it will be much easier. Root dot value, okay, if it is less than A, मतलब सबसे less value से कम है, in that case you'll call the same function helper LCA, and you will call it for root dot right, because I need to go to right subtree, because this value is even less than the minimum value. So I need to go to the right subtree, correct? So with the same values passed. Same thing will happen if root dot value is greater than B. You will be returning helper LCA node dot left and A comma B, right? Because this value is greater than the greatest value, so you will be calling the left subtree, correct? And at the end you will be returning this node, okay? Because if at all these both conditions are over, then at the end you will be only left with this condition, right? The condition where you are not where this value is in between A and B, correct? So this will be the only condition. So can I write this, or should I explicitly mention this thing? Guys, I can do it in that way, right? Hello? This particular thing is the only thing that is left. If my control left this, and then it is at this position, then this is the thing, correct? Hello? So, and the base case is going to be when if anything is null, you will just return null. Correct? Okay, this is the code. Let me run the code. Let me give the input. Root, I need to mark it as root actually. So let me run. Okay, thanks man, thanks. नोड वापस यहाँ पे नोड यूज कर रहा हूँ मैं, अरे वाह. Root dot value नहीं है. I think let me just look at it. It's data, right? So let me just convert that into data only. Okay, now let me run. So just look at that class. Okay, based on that class, you need to write. So again, it is node. What the hell? Why did I use null and node? Why did I do it, bro? Like everywhere, right? So it is 4. It is working. So let me just check for this input. Let me run. It is going to be 2, correct? So let me submit it. It got passed, right? So this is how you do, guys. Okay. So we'll discuss the remaining questions tomorrow. Okay. Do them. Okay. जो भी questions का मैंने insight किया, I'm going to code them right away after the class. Okay. Tomorrow, मतलब class start हुई, we'll be directly coding it. Okay. So I'm hoping you guys will be trying it on your level. Okay, and then coming. Okay. And we can code it. Yeah. Okay. Chalo man. Good night. Have a good sleep and work if possible अगर time है तो. Even I am going to work. Okay. So right. Okay. Good night. Think we had 3-hour class as promised. So I sleep late and I wake up very late. So I like the sleep schedule got bad again because I'm at home, right? If I'm in Hyderabad, then it won't be like that because I need to wake up to go to office daily. So at that time it was nice, but it got a little bad now. So cool, we'll see it. Okay, I'll fix it. Chalo man, I'll paste all the things. Okay, whatever we did or whatever code we put. Okay. So we'll paste them. Okay, no worries. And yeah, good night. Sure, Harish. All the best.